everybody. Can everybody hear me before I start speaking? I want to make sure everybody can hear me loud and clear. Everybody in the comments, are you guys able to hear me? Can everybody hear me? Okay, I hope you guys all can hear me. I'm sorry, guys. I was having some YouTube issues. I don't even know why. I'm looking at the chat and I don't see that everyone's able to comment. That's on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of comments from, it looks like Twitter. That is so weird. I don't know what's going on, but I guess somebody wanted to stop the show because for some reason I'm not seeing any of the comments on YouTube. I'm only seeing them on X. So guys, until I can figure out what's going on with my comments, I want to say, guys, thank you so much for attending this show. I did promote this show on Monday because we know that there's been a lot of controversy behind the balloon pop plumber. I am going to refer to the person as Plumber. I'm not going to say the person's name. I hope I don't slip up and say the person's name. But lately, me and MTR have been getting a lot of hate from a lot of people. And I think it's really sad how when Rhoda did this type of scam, a lot of the men were praising me. I was their savior. They loved me. What's your cash app? But when a guy goes out and does it, you guys see a license and you think everything he says is true. And I want to clarify that MTR told him to produce the license, prove that you have a license way early in the game. And he just stalled and stalled and stalled. And when I looked it up, I couldn't find the license. So when a license can't be verified, I'm going to assume you don't got one. I think everyone would think that. If I told everybody I had a PhD and they called me Dr. Daphne, but you never saw the PhD, I know a lot of you won't call me Dr. Daphne. You're going to ask me to produce the receipts. And if I'm stalling on those receipts, I assume that you guys would think that I'm lying now. Because if I had the PhD, I would show you within seconds. But the plumber, he stalled. And I feel like he only did it so he can continue his YouTube tour so he can get paid. That's what it was about. And before I go into what I'm going to be doing today and allowing you guys to hear from other people, I want to also break down what he said. The man said he got fired because he was on the balloon popping show. I want to remind you guys that when you're working for any company, you know their social media policy, you know their media policy, you know all of those things before you partake in something that can potentially go viral and your job see it. So let's not feel bad for someone who chose their fame over their career. Don't get mad. I don't. I'm not mad because if I know that I was going to do something and that it might have consequences, I'm going to accept those consequences, not make it into a victim story. So when he did the show, I'm not upset about what he did on the show. He had a blast, right? He was going at it with the female. The female was going at it with him. He had a great time. We're not talking about the show. It was what happened after the show. After the show, the plumber told you guys that he got fired. So let's go here. The plumber said that his job was called 500 times. You guys saw that on Instagram and you immediately blamed black women. This is why I compared the plumber to Rhoda Osmond, because she also said that black men stood there and watched her get hit with a brick. So women came at black men. They were a disgrace. So what makes the plumber different by accusing black women for calling his job 500 times? Any woman that is mad and jealous and envious, they're not just going to call your job, they're going to post your job. And to this day, nobody knows of this job, but it got called 500 times. And you idiots online actually believe that shit. That's how easy it is to swindle you idiots. And I'm saying idiots because a lot of you are riding this man. You love him and you believe that his job was called 500 times. I've been in this business online for over 9 years. I've gotten people fired and I've seen people get fired. We saw people go online and say nigga, and then their job came out and said, yep, they're fired because somebody called their job and posted the job. We live in a world of social media. And you're telling me that his job was called 500 times and not one hyena decided to put the job out there. If you guys really want to believe that, I'll pray for you because you're not that smart. I didn't believe that shit at all. I don't. This man is not a victim. He's a villain. That's what he is. Because he made you guys believe that he actually got fired. My guess, he didn't even have a job. He could have been working for himself, doing small little favors here and there. Because that's why people get on TV shows, because they're struggling and they need something to promote themselves. So they do things like that, like a show. And then when the shit don't work out, they play victim. I got fired. So let's go to that. He then creates a GoFundMe because he said that his fans told him to. And he wanted to continue his humanitarian work, working with veterans and single mothers and single fathers and the disabled. And you can just close your eyes and picture veterans saluting this man. Thank you for fixing our plumbing. Thank you. It pulled on everyone's heartstrings. That's why most people donated. When I went to the comments, a lot of people were vets, disabled. These are people that probably don't really have that much money. In Arizona, they don't take care of vets. When I was living in Arizona, I made sure vets had what they needed without expecting anything in return. So he creates this GoFundMe and tells you guys he wants to continue helping the community. So here's my question to you idiots who are dick riding this plumber. How was he getting by when he started the efforts? Close your eyes and think about that question, idiots. Because a lot of you guys don't think. You just donate, you dick ride, you talk about MTR, you talk about me. But a logical person that has a brain would say, hey, plumber, how were you getting by before the GoFundMe? That would mean that if he did have a job, like he claims, when that job was taken, that's when he ran to GoFundMe, asking you idiots for money to continue his humanitarian work. But before he got fired, he was doing this humanitarian work without a GoFundMe. Wake the fuck up, people. This is why I get upset with people, because they don't think. You just donate. And then you get mad at MTR and Daphne when they expose the holes in the story. This man is not a humanitarian. He's a motherfucking liar. That's what he is. And a manipulator. He's good at it. If he was ever a master in something, he's a master in manipulating people because he got you idiots to donate. Oh my gosh. This hardworking man lost his job to these bitter Black women. And now he's helping these veterans. And mind you, if I was out there putting in the work, somebody's going to talk about me. Somebody's going to give me praise. And one thing I want this plumber to know, because I called Arizona. I spoke to people in Phoenix, Tempe, Scottsdale, Glendale, Albuquerque, Mesa, Peoria, Thunderbird, Bell Road. I spoke to people everywhere. And nobody has heard of this man's efforts. He might have promoted it on Nextdoor this year, but there's no proof that he actually put in work. Some of the people he worked on, they paid him. That doesn't make it humanitarian work. You got paid, sir. But to be a humanitarian, that's not something you call yourself. People deem you that because of what you did. You can't put in a couple months and call yourself that. You got to put in years. That's like going to a job and saying after 5 months, promote me to chief. Now, that'll never happen. You got to put in the work before you're promoted. So how can he call himself something that he hasn't put in work to do? And if you were really doing that, you would have many pictures, not just one or two. And then when they're posting the same picture, you idiots don't even think, why he keep posting the same picture? I've seen this picture 50 times. If you are a humanitarian out there helping vets and disabled, I need to see people in wheelchairs. I need to see people saluting you that has a hat on that said that they served. Show me real people that you're helping if you're really doing it. He couldn't do that. But you know what he did show you guys? Let me show you what he did show you guys. Because a lot of you guys might have saw this. Remember this? Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the plumber in his suit. And there's only one person that's not in a suit. The at-risk youth, right? Just standing there without a suit. He's out here helping these at-risk kids, but he ain't teaching them how to dress, clearly. This photo looks like he just jumped into one just to look like a humanitarian. Ooh! And there's another at-risk youth that he helped get a sports car. Do y'all really believe that he helped this kid get a sports car? No. But let me tell you what I saw. That looks like the kid that was with him in the suit. Nobody caught that either, huh? Well, let me show you what I mean by that. That That looks like the same kid. Tall, light, crazy hair on top, lanky. So you use the same kid in both. Come on, bro. This is not humanitarian work. This is the same kid in both photos. And that deems you a humanitarian? Get the fuck out of here, Plumber. Not here. Not on this podcast, bruh. You can fool these idiots online, but you're not going to fool me. That's the same motherfucking kid, bruh. You ain't out here doing shit. It's easy for me to grab a kid I know and say, hey, let's take some pictures together so I can tell people that I'm helping you. He didn't help that boy get no sports car. But y'all believe everything you see. This is the only pictures that he showed y'all. But if somebody's deep in those streets, they have a plethora of pictures. Not just the same kid in two pictures. Anybody can put a caption. That's why they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Because people lie. Anybody can take a picture with a kid and say that they helped them. Oh, they had me speak and talk about my life and I'm changing lives. No, you're not. How you gonna help at-risk youth when you're an at-risk man? You ain't even fixed. I call him a plumber because he has repairs that need to be fixed within himself. That's why I call him the plumber. This man is very, very disturbed. But you guys believe that he's really out here changing lives because he showed you two pictures? That's enough? He showed you guys in a ditch smiling with a cowboy hat on? And that's enough? No, that ain't gonna work here on this page. It isn't. It isn't gonna work. But let me go deeper. Because a lot of these YouTube pages said that I ain't gonna have shit. All I'm gonna do is recycle the same shit. They don't call me the queen of accountability for nothing. I actually dig. And I do my research. I'm not perfect. And when it comes to the license, if I can't verify it, you ain't got it until I can verify it. But you'll notice that when I posted his unedited license, he posted the edited version. He covered up the City of Phoenix logo and he covered up his license number. But nobody caught that either, right? They said I actually copied him and took the picture from him. So explain to me how I took his picture when they were both in different settings and he put shit over his. Mine was unedited. But you guys don't use your brain. You just want to tear me down because I'm going at a black man. And that's what bothers me. Any black men that only follow me just for me to expose black women, you're following the wrong page. Everybody gonna get the smoke on this page. Y'all not gonna tell me to go for Rhoda, but let Aaron breathe. The amount of men that's been in my inbox telling me to stall them out, this ain't Friday. This is the Celebrity Podcast. And I'm not stalling him out. Because when it comes to deceiving people, I got a problem with that. But let me show y'all something else. This is something that no page did. This is why they call me the queen of accountability. Y'all gonna put some respect on my motherfucking name. And you're gonna put some respect on MTR's name. So let me show y'all something else. Y'all remember this? He posted this screenshot. He said that his mother was a domestic violence survivor. She was beat to a bloody pulp. Everybody remembers the plumber in the club, right? In Scottsdale, Rick Ross, balling out. In this caption, he clearly said that he wanted to do humanitarian work and he wanted to give back to domestic violence survivors. I'm a survivor. There's a lot of survivors in the world. Oh, isn't that sweet of the plumber? He wanted to give back. But he told you guys that he got kicked out of the club because he was accused of pushing women and acting a damn fool. He even said that Rick Ross was jealous of him, which I don't believe. If y'all believe that, then y'all really some idiots. But he told you guys that story, that he got kicked out because of that. And he'll pay you guys $5,000 if you can produce a video. Well, plumber, I can't produce a video, but I can produce a phone call. Check this out. So he didn't even get kicked out to the end of the night. It was like 1:45. Okay, and so you guys were able to file a report on him for pushing people? No, because he left. Okay. Yes, I can. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I know business first. I just wanted to make you aware that Aaron Sloan was saying that you guys kicked him out because of his popularity, and he said that. Well, he said Rick Ross kicked him out. Then he said we did it. He's been all over the place. Nobody pays that guy no attention. Have you seen him there before? No, he's never been in the club before. Okay, so the woman that said that he shoved her, he did shove her, and that's what got him kicked out, not him having money in the club.
shirt, which is a direct violation for anybody. It won't matter who you are.
Right.
You can't take off your shirt. So yeah, that's what that was about.
Okay, but as far as the pushing and shoving, you said he was doing that?
That's what we got reports of. I answered that already.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
We got reports of that.
No, I definitely understand. I just wanted to make sure you knew and you were aware that he was saying that you guys were doing something totally opposite to what you just told me.
I'm aware, but he has no relevance.
Okay, sir. I definitely understand. And if you don't mind, I would love to give a shout out to your club on my social media. So I called the club. Nobody else did that. And it would have taken you seconds. The plumber was kicked out for shoving people. They got multiple complaints that the plumber was shoving women. And then the plumber took off his shirt like he was in a wrestling match. And then the plumber got his ass kicked out. He got himself kicked out of the club. Not because Rick Ross was hating on him. Not because he was throwing money. It was because he was shoving women. And then took off his shirt like he was the Hulk. And just so you know, plumber, you're banned from that club. So if you show your face around that club, they will call the police. But hey, no one has to believe me. That's why I put the number up there so you guys can call yourself. Now, I couldn't produce the video, plumber, but that audio doesn't lie. And the fact that you were talking about domestic violence on your birthday and how you were going to give your own money to victims, you are actually doing what you're trying to support. Makes no sense. Talking about your mom being a victim, but you were pushing women. Why, plumber? What did they do to you? You guys are over here supporting a man that was pushing random women in the club, and then he takes off his shirt. Then he blames Rick Ross and says the club was hating on him. That's assault, plumber. And the only reason why they didn't call the police is because they said you left right away because you knew what was about to happen. And you knew in that same state you had priors for pimping and pandering and stealing. You know how it goes. And you know how Arizona is. So you got the hell out of there. But if you had stayed, he would have called the police. As you guys can see, the call was longer than what I let you guys hear. But I wanted you to hear my voice. And I wanted you to hear me say Aaron Sloan. Because, yeah, I said that. I sure did. I did. Because you're over here lying about who you are. And the fact that you were putting your hands on women and you're playing this victim role, you're a very dangerous person. And I let them know that you love to sue or threaten to sue. They're ready because they have the video and proof that you were putting your hands on women. That's assault, sir. So if you want to sue someone, I did let them know that you were trying to sue me and a bunch of people. They're ready. They have the proof. So if you guys don't want to believe me, that's fine, but you are more than welcome to call. But I'm not done yet. I want to show you guys something else that really, really bothered me. He told you guys that he was doing humanitarian work with that GoFundMe money. Everybody heard it. But if you actually read his caption, he might do content creating. He told you guys that he may do humanitarian work or he may do content creating. Which one is it? He also said that he was going to use it for the youth. You remember that, plumber? Well, let me remind you what he said about that GoFundMe money.
But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well. When I go to this center and start advocating with them, if I could get, if I could get permission from the parents to have them on camera and speak about, some of the things that we're doing and we've been doing and working on, then I will certainly do that for you as well. And those of y'all being negative, y'all are miserable. I literally sat here and watched. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to sleep at midnight, and I seen people on the same post, the same person going back and forth with every comment. Get a life, man. Y'all are broke. That is why y'all stay broke. Get a life. Find something to do with yourself. You just did me a favor by tapping in. Thank you.
Wow. So in this video, he told you guys he was going to work with youth. And he'd get permission from the parents to post their pictures. And, oh, isn't the plumber nice? That is so sweet of him. He played y'all. He played y'all. How do you go from humanitarian work for vets and single mothers and fathers and disabled to at-risk youth, domestic violence victims? Pick a fucking lane. Pick a lane. When people are lying, they switch up the lie. They never say the same thing. They change it up. He just told you guys the money would be for youth. He told GoFundMe it would be for the vets and the single mothers and fathers and the disabled. Oh, or maybe content creating. But let me tell you the real truth. Y'all didn't see this though, did you? You Not Qualified was mad when he couldn't transfer that GoFundMe money into his account. Y'all see that, right? That's when he found out that his GoFundMe was frozen. Now, a lot of you guys will say, well, Daphne, that don't mean shit. All he did was try to transfer the money. He could have been using it to give back to the community. Oh, I figured you would say that. If you look at the bottom of it, it says, Black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Oh, wow. What does that mean? What does that mean? At the bottom of that GoFundMe post, this is what he said. Black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Because you told us you were gonna use it for humanitarian work, not your birthday, Plumber. How many lies do I need to expose for y'all? Y'all love talking shit about me the past couple days and MTR. But I'm showing y'all how this motherfucker lied to y'all dumbasses. He ain't trying to help the community. He was trying to use that money for his birthday. Why was he trying to transfer the GoFundMe money into his account on his birthday and then get mad and tell GoFundMe, I can't celebrate my birthday? Because you said the money was for at-risk youth, veterans, baby mamas, baby daddies, disabled, domestic violence. Pick a fucking lie. This is why I'm mad, guys. This ain't got shit to do with the balloon shit. It has everything to do with deceiving people and lying. Let me show y'all that again, because I know some of y'all don't got your glasses on. This is the post that he made. You Not Qualified said he's mad. He tried to transfer that money into his account on his birthday and couldn't get the money. It said your transfers have been paused until we can verify your lies. Because that's what they are, lies. And then he says, Black man can't celebrate his birthday now? How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? Because you told the world it was for your humanitarian work, not your birthday, not to throw money. How many lies, guys, are y'all gonna accept before you actually see that I'm not out here to hurt people? This man is a fucking liar. That GoFundMe money was for his birthday. But you guys really think he was going to give it to domestic violence victims that night when he was too busy pushing them? I just exposed 3 of his lies. But y'all still going to say that I made it up. You're going to say that I forged that little screenshot y'all saw, right? Let me show you another thing that really makes me mad. When somebody tells you that they are good at something, but they're using someone else's work. Shout out to I Am Courtney Michelle. Because we looked at this and said, let's do a deeper dive. You say that you're good at plumbing, but you're stealing other people's work. And I did reach out to the company to let them know that you stole their work. Since you want to sue everybody, I hope you got money in the bank, Plumber. Because you can't steal someone's work and pass it off as yours. That's deception. And then when someone asks you to do what's in the picture, you can't do it. That's why you're not supposed to do that. If he will take someone else's work, what else would he take, y'all? Dennis Sperling, I hope you're listening to this, you weak ass nigga, since you want to talk about me. I hope you hear this because you're his biggest caper. You love him. He's your God. Your God lied. Let me show you guys how this man loves to steal other people's work. Oh, look at the Plumber. Look at him promoting doing this kind of fixture. Oh, look at this handyman. Isn't this nice? That looks like a good job too, guys. I mean, I'm not a plumber, but that looks like he did a good job. That looks good. Good job, Plumber. Oh, that looks just like... Wait, hold on. Something ain't right. Let me get my glasses. That looks just like the plumber's picture. Bro, you stole this from a company in Philadelphia, and I let him know that you a thief, too. This ain't your work, bruh. Yeah. You out here really... Man, why you lying, bruh? You know how to do plumbing. You got a journey license. So why you got to steal other people's work? Use them pictures of you in that ditch with that cowboy hat on. You out here stealing, bro. But people will say that this is a lie too, right? See, people love to believe what they see. No one cares about investigating anymore. Y'all just want to blame someone and say that they're trying to destroy the black community. Guys, when people steal from people, I get angry because we all know somebody in our family that's a vet, a single mother, single father, disabled. And there's people that really could use this man's services. Now, I'm not going to front. He might be good at what he does. But when you steal somebody else's work, it makes me look at you different. That's like me saying I know how to braid and I'm stealing from somebody else that came up and worked their ass off to get to where they are. But I'm using their work to promote it. That's just like the Craigslist stuff that he did. When he said, oh, I got something for sale, and then you rob somebody. What happens when somebody wants what you took a picture of, but it isn't yours? And you can't do it just like that. And even if you do that type of work, take a picture of your own work. Don't steal, plumber. When you steal like that, people look at you sideways, bro. I'm showing you guys how this person is a fraud. When I say fraud, I have receipts. He's a thief. And that person wasn't too happy when they saw their work on his ad. But you want to sue somebody, right? Sue yourself. But y'all still don't like me. I get that. Y'all mad that I exposed your God. I come with receipts. So how dare any of you guys ever question me and my work? I work very hard to come to the conclusion that people lie. And I will never believe anybody's story until I get more information. I took my time with this one, you guys, because I don't like when people lie. It really, really hurts my feelings when people in our community feel like this is the way to make it. This plumber has many talents. He takes care of his health. He's in good shape. You could be a fitness instructor. You could have took that you're not qualified and went global with it. But instead, you wanted to deceive people. It's sad when y'all have such God-given talents, but you use the ones that the devil think that you have. The scamming, the fraud, the lying. Guys, if he'll lie about all this stuff, what else would he lie about? I mean, is he going to give me $5,000 for exposing him for lying? No, because he wanted the video, right? Audio won't work. But you guys are welcome to call that club. They don't want him back. He's never welcome back. And that's what happens when you act a damn fool. I also want to let you know, plumber, you still owe $5,000 in Oklahoma. Why are you stalling? You got all this money. You could pull $100,000 out the bank, but you ain't paid your dues. Is that why you're avoiding going to Oklahoma? Are you avoiding your obligations? Y'all are also supporting a man that doesn't even want to accept that he's a father. How y'all going to sit here and cape for a man that said he may have a kid? If I have a kid, summons me, and I will play that too. I need you guys to understand that people lie in this world to trick y'all. Any man that won't even claim his own kid, but would do all this work with at-risk youth, you got some youth in Oklahoma that need you, sir. There's some youth in Oklahoma that can use your love and guidance, but you're too busy trying to be a player and trying to be all on the cameras with your pecs out, shaking your ass. When are you going to actually be a father? That's what I want to know. You know you got a kid, bro. Stop fucking around. If I get summons, well, if you give her your address, she'll summons you. They've been trying to summons you for years. But you know how to avoid that, right? But you got a job. Get the fuck out of here. So, guys, I want you guys to know that I didn't just come by myself. One thing that I noticed that a lot of pages were not doing, they were only interviewing the plumber. Did you guys know that the plumber has victims all over the world? I have a few that are going to be on right now. And those victims are in 3 different states. I want to remind you, they didn't know each other until the plumber went viral. And then they had to be reminded of the traumas. And then he wants to sue people, but he's been on all these YouTube shows badgering and slandering the people that he's calling his exes. You can talk about other people and their sexual orientation, but when they say something back, you're suing. Stop saying you're going to sue people, bro. If you can't pay your debts in Oklahoma, If you can't pay your debts in Nevada and California and El Paso, then how the fuck you gonna sit here and sue? It costs money to sue, and you don't have it, Plumber. That's why you were itching to get that GoFundMe money, because the money was running out. That's why I called him Mr. Osmond, because he's moving just like Rhoda. He even told you guys he's losing weight. That motherfucker ain't losing weight. He loves his body. He's into his looks. He ain't losing no weight. And if he is losing weight, it's from guilt. That's what guilt will do when you do wrong. I want you guys to know that I spoke to all of his victims. Some of them were too scared to come on, but they're listening. And I want you guys to know that not only is his victims listening, but I know he is too. And he's gonna deny all this. But I saw all the receipts. And after this show, I will make a video of all the receipts, because I wasn't able to compile it all. It's like over 150 things, y'all. And I just didn't have the time to compile it all. But you guys won't believe anything, right? I showed you guys a lot of the lies that he told you guys. But you won't believe me because y'all don't like me, because I'm going at a black man, right? Y'all would rather me do this to a black woman. I'm sorry, guys, but I just can't be one-sided. And I'm not going to deny that the plumber has talents. I did not judge him off of that. He could have taken the shirt route, the fitness route, and this man would have made it in life. And he would have had a proud child. But instead, he's scamming and running away from his responsibilities. Instead of throwing money in the club, he should have been throwing money into the mother of his child's bank account. Throw that money in there. Instead of throwing money in the club, throw some of that money to Oklahoma, to that $5,000 balance. But you out here acting like you are living a good life and you're reformed. You're not reformed. You're not even close. So with that being said, I want you guys to hear from the victims. And I told them they didn't have to use their real name. And I told them they did not have to cam up. Because when you hear the stories, you'll understand why. I mean, as a black woman, listening to these women tell me and show me, I'm disgusted. I'm shocked that this person is not off the street. But when you move from state to state to state, y'all think he's moving because he's famous? I can't go into Walmart and I can't go in there because everybody knows I'm the balloon guy. No, you can't go into those places because the cops is on your ass. Keep it real, Plumber. Quit playing with us. We know why. You're not that famous, bruh. You are not that famous. You can go into Walmart. You can go into the Dollar Tree. You ain't that big. You never been. Stop the cap. You know who's really looking for you. You know, but you keep changing your number and changing your addresses. We know what it is, but guess what? Eventually, you're going to have to come to the light, Plumber. When is it going to be? When your child is 20? When your child is 30? When are you going to man up? So with that being said, who do we have first that's going to be speaking? Go ahead, hon. Is it Trust No One? Take yourself off mute, honey. Come to the light, Plumber. When is it?
Okay. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Trust No One. I want to say again, thank you. Thank you so much for giving me your time. You could have gave it to any other page bigger than me. But I want to say thank you guys so much for giving me your time. And when you are ready, they're ready to hear you, hon. Go ahead.
So I dated the plumber last year from June 26th of 2023 through August 18th of 2023. We met on a dating website, and he's a very good talker. I will give him that. Um, we dated, we hit things off. There was a lot of red flags as far as him wanting to track locations. He never really held a steady job at all, and I was the one that would work every single day, and I was the one basically like helping him. He never had no money to ever pay any bills, rent, none of that. He would constantly complain at these jobs that he would attend that either employees were treating him badly, or he pulled the racism card. So then it was, the first reaction is, oh, let me go file a complaint with the EEOC. And then he would constantly post as if it's a flex to constantly sue his employers. Now, throughout this time of me dating him, he would constantly accuse me of cheating. He would constantly come up to my job. Even my coworkers thought it was a little bit weird. He would constantly want to drive my vehicle because his vehicle that he drives is an older style vehicle that does not have AC. It is an older car. That I mean, all of the victims that I have spoke with as well, we all have our own homes, we have a good job, and we all drive nice cars, and we're all single mothers. So I don't know if that's what he targets or that's the specific type that he goes for, but I am also a Hispanic single mother. I'm the oldest of all of the victims that I've spoke with. I'm 37. He lied about his age as well. There had been a couple instances where he had accused my son of stealing a blunt wrap, went berserk, and just started to go off. Like his whole demeanor changed. And just all in all, within these 2 months that, not even a solid 2 months that I dated the plumber, I lost my job because of him. He vandalized my vehicle 4 different times. I had to file restraining orders. I have probably more than 15 to 20 police reports with the local police department for harassment. He broke into my home, vandalized my whole home. It's about $10,000 worth of damage that he did to my vehicle, I mean, to my home. My vehicle as well, it was vandalized 4 different times on separate occasions from October to December. Um, I've made numerous reports. It didn't stop. He was texting me from a Text Now app because I had met his father on August 18th, and this is where everything went left. When I went to go meet his father, I started to notice he's a very lightweight drinker. So upon me going to meet his dad, I started to notice that there was a difference in even how he spoke. Um, he wasn't the same person around his father versus when it was just me and him. So that night, even his father kept bringing up, well, how would you feel if A2 did this? How would you feel if A? And I kept questioning myself, like, who is A2? And then his father had went on to let me know, oh yeah, he didn't tell you he has a son. And I'm sitting there questioning myself because he came in the relationship knowing that I have a son. Now, mind you, my son is 13 years old. He knew that me and my son's father did not talk, and I provide for my son, and I have my son 24/7. So for me to be with someone who is not taking care of their responsibilities makes me look like a hypocrite. And myself, just in my own opinion, every lady probably has a different opinion. I can't be with a guy who is not going to provide for their own child, because that's the whole reason why me and my son's father don't talk, is because he does not provide for my son. I have to do everything myself. Now, after this had happened and I found out that he had a kid, he then went on to say that it could be his father's or his. Now, if that's the case, whatever, that's not my business. I was mad at the fact that he had a kid in general, because why would you lie to me about that? That's just something I didn't like. He would always get mad, and the same with one of the victims. When he would be at the gym, he would tell me, oh, I know when you're in the bathroom, I know when you're in the kitchen, because I'm able to see like your location from there. When I would be at work, he would constantly tell me, how come your location never moves? Now, mind you, in my role that I played in my employer, I had an office. The restroom is right next to it, and my boss's office is right next door. So I don't take my phone with me everywhere. Also, when I would speak with the owner, I don't take my phone up there all the time. I leave my phone at my desk. That became an issue, and that became a daily argument as to, oh, I'm cheating. And if I even came outside of my job laughing, oh, you're probably, messing with those guys, and oh, you're just a whore, and that's why they're buying you stuff, and just outrageous allegations. Like, I'm grown and I'm not on that level to even be playing those type of games, especially having a son, as I have to be a role model for him. Now, when I meet his dad, I'm starting to notice that there's a lot of like similarities. He had always said that he did not like his father because his father acted as if he was God and that he could be not touched. Now, when he says that, that is a quote that's stuck in my head because after he said that, and after I went through everything that I went through with the plumber, he is very much like his father, acting as if he is God and as if he is untouchable. That night, things went left. I told him, I can't be in this relationship. I cannot do it no more. I didn't act out of character, none of that. I just said, you know what? I'm going to step outside. I told the plumber, hey, if you want to come outside, I'm leaving. That's it. Waited outside in my car for about 5, 10 minutes. I'm texting him, calling. He's not answering. So at this point, I'm in a location where I don't know the area at all. It's one-way streets. I don't know where I'm at. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going home. As I'm going to go home, I get lost. And he's calling me and he's like, why would you leave me? And then his dad is in the background telling the plumber, oh, she's real disrespectful. She's gonna pay for that. And I'm just like sitting there like, why do you even let anybody in our business? Because I'm the type of female that I don't allow my family to get in our personal relationship. I don't allow others to, get into that. That's my relationship and nobody else is gonna hear about it besides myself and my significant other. Now, when I go to leave, he's he's still tracking my location, and mind you, I'm not even 2 minutes from where we were originally at. I get lost. My GPS is telling me like make a turn, and then by the time I get to the next like street I can turn on, it's a one way, so I have to go up one more and come up, make a U-turn. He's tracking me. He's like, you better get your ass over here, you better not have left me at my dad's, and that's fucked up, this and this and that. So I'm coming down this street because, like I said, I'm lost. I don't know the area. I wasn't even gone 6 minutes. 6 minutes. And I'm coming up this street and he's literally on the corner. That's how you can tell he's tracking your location. So he's got this big duffel bag and he's like, why the fuck would you leave me at my dad's house? Just yelling, just like very, very irate. So at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Like, I can't do this. And he's just like, take me back to my dad's house. Like, I need to drop something off. And I'm sitting there like, what do you need to drop off? He's like, there's something in the trunk. And I'm just like sitting there like I don't want to go back over there. I didn't want anything to do with that. He's arguing the whole time. So at this point, he's just like, just take me to a gas station and I'm just going to get a blunt, right? I just need to smoke. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So we get on the freeway and I get off on the first exit. As soon as we get to the gas station, a phone notification goes off. It's my son. Now, of course I'm going to check it. So my phone is in there's a little like pocket in my door piece. So it's there. And he is basically like, who keeps texting you? And I'm like, it's my son. And he's just like, oh, so this is why you left because your son's rushing you home? And I'm like, no, but it is late and it is also my mom's birthday. Like I told you, I didn't want to be here that long. I basically missed my mom's birthday to come and meet your dad, and that just turned into a shit show. And like I found out stuff about you that I had no idea about you. Like I didn't know that he had a criminal history, none of that, because he played a gym rat and he's a very good talker. I never knew Had I knew that he had this criminal background and all of this other stuff, I wish there was someone that would have warned me prior to me dating this guy, because I would have never brought him around my son ever, because he also plays very well around kids. He would constantly tell my son, hey, if you want to go to the gym with me, you're more than welcome. He had brought his brother over here to my house. Now, again, I didn't know how old his brother was. That's not my concern. I'm not that kid's mother. So what they do on their time, that's on them. I also got questioned by his dad. why would you allow my son over there, to smoke with his brother? And I'm like, I'm not his mom. And he's like, do you have a son? Yes, I do have a son. How would you feel if your son was smoking with the plumber? And I said, well, first off, my son doesn't smoke. And I wouldn't allow that. Yes, I would be mad, but I'm very open with my son. And my son tells me everything. So I completely understand where you're coming from. But I apologize, and I didn't know like the age. Your son, looks a lot older. So I go back, we're at the gas station, and this is where he's literally like not even an inch from my ear. He snatches my phone from my door of the car. He's in the passenger seat. He screams in my ear, bitch, you got a whole ass kid. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, but you knew that. I never once hid that I had a son. And I'm not going to continue to be with somebody that has a child and is not providing for them. And second off, if you don't know if that's your child or not, demand a DNA test, because you know how easy that is. You can go to wherever the mother of this child is and request a DNA test. Demand it. And guess what? She's going to be subpoenaed and she's going to have to do it. So that was another red flag. Why haven't you done that? Like, if you really want to be in a child's life, because that was another thing he would always mention, I want my own family, I want us to get married, this and this. And I was like, that's too soon. It's way too soon. So that night, as soon as he got in my ear and screamed, I just got like this really bad vibe energy that he's gonna do something. And at this point, I didn't even care about my phone. I just wanted to get home to my son, grab my son and my dog, and like give him his space. He had knew I didn't want to date him anymore. Now, mind you, I go home, grab my son, grab my dog, and we leave. And by that time, he's calling my son. So my son doesn't know, obviously, that my phone is stolen. So he picks up the phone automatically and he's thinking, like, hey, mom, like, are you almost home? And he notices that it's the plumber. And so I'm having to pull over in this area where I'm at because I don't know how to get out of there. And it's a ghetto neighborhood. So I'm pulling over and I'm rolling down my window and I'm asking everybody, like, hey, how do I get out of here? Like, how do I get back to the freeway? And I'm nervous too because the neighborhood is not a good area. Like, it has a lot of, drug addicts around there. That area is known for, people just getting shot up at. The car that I drive is all blacked out. So me pulling up to just random people probably just looks suspicious in itself. I'm pulling over. I probably asked about five different people because I kept getting lost and I felt like I was just going in circles. I'm telling them I need to get out of here. Like, I need to get back to the freeway and I need to get home to my son. But finally, I find a guy and he's like, you need to get like you're gonna follow this street all the way down, you're gonna take a left, and then once you take that left you'll get onto a main street. Now, mind you, I also have an Apple Watch, but because I was so far from my phone, I couldn't even call anybody for help. I didn't think to call or pull over anywhere to call 911, none of that, because in the moment I had to get home to my son just because of how I seen that he was. Now, when I get home, I pack a bag for my son and I drop off my dog to my mom's house. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to give him his time to cool off. I don't want him coming back to my house. So I go to stay at a hotel. At this time, he is still texting my son's phone back to back, back to back. And it's almost 3 in the morning by the time that we get checked in. Then by the time we get checked into the hotel, he literally texts my son's phone and he's like, "Oh, you guys decided to stay, at XYZ hotel." And I'm like, "How would he know that? Like, does he have like a GPS tracker on my car? Because obviously he has my phone, so there's no way he's tracking my location from my phone because he has it." And then, so the first thing, like, I call an officer and they're like, maybe he has like an air tag or anything. I didn't know how to look for any of that. And at this time, I'm just exhausted. I'm like, you know what? I'll just give him his cool off period. We start. to try to look for food to eat, and I was going to order DoorDash for my son and I because we were hungry, and I was like, let's just get some food and get some rest and we'll just go home tomorrow. He had one of those little like storage containers from Walmart that had like a couple of his clothes here. And so I was just thinking, okay, he can get his stuff later and that will be that. In my head, okay, yes, he got a little irate yesterday, but I didn't know the severity and what he was capable of. So then we check out and he's like like I need that duffel bag, I need that duffel bag, and I'm sitting there like I don't want anything to do with this duffel bag. I don't know what this duffel bag has in it, but he also did state that like that his fingerprints are on it, and it could lead to something bigger. Now, mind you, I don't want to be driving around with this duffel bag in my vehicle because I have my son in the car, and who knows what that duffel bag has in it. And I could get pulled over and I could get arrested for whatever is in there. I leave, I come home, I call the police immediately, and I tell them, there's this duffel bag. I don't know what it has in it. I don't want to touch it at all. I don't want nothing to do with it. Then it literally takes them hours to get out to my house. By the time I get to my house, I notice that my patio is open and my door is open. So I instantly knew that something was wrong. As soon as I walk into my house is trashed. There is groceries thrown everywhere. My TVs are all broke. There's literally like eggs thrown everywhere, stuff all over my floor. Literally everything is damaged. We walk into my son's room. He stole my son's Xbox. He stole my son's monitor. Stole my son's Cash App card. Stole all of his colognes. My door had been broken down. He stole all of my shoes, all my perfumes, all my lotions. Everything that basically had value. I had a TV mount that is like movable. I'm assuming they couldn't get my TV off of the mount because they tipped it forward and then like shattered my screen. Now, when they're doing this, I knew that he had brought other people because I had followed back once before we went to the hotel, and it just so happened that he had had his dad with him and another person, and then there's a white van. Well, on my Ring camera, my friend happens to show up around midnight because she knew that something was wrong. Now, I don't have my phone, so I don't have a way to contact nobody. She ends up on my Ring camera, and my son has access to my Ring camera, so he's already looking, and he's like, Mom, like, she's at the house. She's talking to him through my Ring camera. And so I'm like, oh my goodness, like, she knows something is wrong, and she's literally like asking him, I just want, her son. Is her son okay? And he was like, that little nigga ain't here. And she's telling him, well, okay, well, can I get her phone? And he's like, no, this bitch is a fucking cheater. She's a fucking whore. This and this and that. And she's just like, okay, I don't care about any of that. Like, just give me her phone and I will leave. And he was like, no. And she was just like, I instantly like knew like he's not gonna give me the phone. She's like, so at this point, I'm walking back to the car. He follows her to her car. And at this point, while she's getting in her car, she was like, he's literally already knocking at my window and he's telling her, like, roll it down. As she goes to roll down the window, he's telling her, and if anybody's got problem, we got poles. So she was like, girl, like, I don't know why. She's like, but I instantly just like got fear. And I don't know why I didn't call 911 either. Like, I was in shock and I just wanted to get out of there. She's like, I just wanted to make sure that your son wasn't there and that you guys were not there. And she was like, but you can tell there was multiple people in there because you can hear them in the background. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. I come home the next day and my house is trashed. My parents come over, my nephews come over. Again, we're having to wait for the officer to get out here. The officer gets out here. He literally sees all the damage that's done. My house is not livable at this point. He cuts my garbage disposal in my kitchen. He cuts one of like the, I guess you would call it like a tube in the master bathroom. We have two bathrooms and it's three bedrooms. He cut the tube so the water in my master bathroom would just drain onto everything. So everything was messed up. So like, and then he ended up leaving my shower water running in my master bathroom. He pulled the internet cord from my son's room, so we didn't have internet. He stole or damaged all of our TVs in my spare bedroom. Everything was messed up. The washer and dryer had been cut, so we weren't able to do any laundry. They urinated on all of my stuff. The 10 to 15 outfits that he left, now mind you, I have a big walk-in closet. He and the other people that were in my home, they urinated on my Cow King mattress. They urinated all over my clothes. They put laundry detergent in my dog's food. They ended up urinating on my couch. Everything, like everything that you can think of, you know, how your house can be livable was all damaged.
Hey, trust no one. Trust no one.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. Just take one break. I just wanted to say something. You guys, I opened the chat not for her to be disrespected. So if you come on this podcast running your mouth, you will be banned. I don't have time. I find it funny how everybody in the chat is saying, "Where's the video? Where's the pictures?" But he shows you one picture. You haven't seen any videos of humanitarian work. You haven't seen any pictures of him being fired. And y'all
Yeah,
not
so
going, hold on,
for
trust no one. Hold on. Because I'm not going to let nobody disrespect any of the ladies on this panel. It's funny how y'all want all this evidence, which I'm going to show you. That's why some of y'all need to shut the fuck up and wait. I just find it funny how when women are telling their side, y'all don't believe them, but y'all believe everything that the liar told you guys. Even though I just showed half of y'all the proof, you still have people in the chat saying that I took a L. I just fucking showed y'all how the GoFundMe money was for his birthday, and y'all still don't believe me. I'm showing you how he showed you the same kid and two pictures, and y'all still don't believe me. I showed you guys how he still owes $5 grand in Oklahoma, and y'all still don't believe me. I'm showing y'all all the receipts, and y'all blind as a fucking bat. But what you will not do is come on this panel and grill these women when you didn't even do that shit to the plumber. Let the women speak, and I will produce the receipts. If you guys can accept that, get the fuck off my show. I don't have time for y'all evilness. It ain't gonna be here on this one. On this panel, I'm watching. I just find it odd how you guys are down her throat and she's telling you about something that is so uncomfortable for her. And you idiots are over here drilling her. But when I heard the plumber going on his YouTube tour, y'all motherfuckers, yes, King, yes, King. Keep going, King, 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 King. Y'all didn't ask the King for no receipts, right? But I'm showing y'all the receipts and y'all still blind. So I will say this one more time. Disrespect will get you banned. I don't have time to be going back and forth with you trolls and idiots. Have some fucking compassion. Trust no one. I'm sorry, but I was looking at the comments and I'm getting upset.
no,
Go ahead,
that's
hon.
fine.
I might just disable the chat again because it was better
So
that way.
anybody that is asking, where is the ring camera footage? So that's another thing that he stole. He did steal. He took the ring camera off of my thing, and it wasn't until multiple police reports were filed until I had, because it wasn't the same officer each time, obviously. So each time a police report was filed, I would get a different response from each officer. Now, mind you, I do have multiple police reports. Queen of Accountability has all of that. And yes, there was pictures documented for every single item. When the officer did a walkthrough, I also had to do a walkthrough through my house. And I had to
Well, you
do
know what?
item by item
Trust no
on,
one. Hold on, baby.
yes,
Because if you don't mind, can I go ahead and show them the video? Because a lot of them,
yes,
they
yes.
doubt us. They doubt me because they don't like me. A lot of these people are coming from other pages that praise the plumber.
That's fine. I
And
have all
don't
my
worry, I
receipts.
have to any of my moderators. If you see anybody disrespecting, just go ahead and ban them. Get them the fuck out of here. Because on my podcast, I'm not going to sit here and go back and forth with angry people who believe strangers online. So trust no one. Let me find your video, and I'll go ahead and show it, and then
Okay.
you can continue what you were saying. Hold on, let me find it. I'm sorry,
Okay. That's okay.
forgive me for that. I got real mad, girl, because I ain't got no time for that. Okay, it is. I know I put it in here. Okay, here we go. You can still talk while it's going, I believe.
So
Yes.
this is the master bedroom. So this is the TV that he took off of my spare bedroom. Now this is my spare, I mean this is the master bathroom, which I keep full of expensive perfumes. That's his blood still on my mirror that I cannot get off. If anybody has a remedy or a way to get blood off, this is the damage. He cut my tubing. He stole everything from underneath there. Literally Febreze. That's how petty he was. He stole my Febrezes. He stole all of my cleaning products. And yes, he was posting me on TikTok. This is after I filed the restraining order. So yes, there were I did take all the proper steps. I was filing and telling them, "Hey, like
And
I
hold
need
on,
these
trusted
videos."
one. Guys,
Go
if
ahead.
you're looking at the photos at the end of this video, you will see a plethora of police reports. I called every one of those
There's my
cars and
restraining
verified.
order.
Hold on, honey. I called everyone, and there's the police report right there to all the
That's the
idiots who think
restraining
she's lying.
order.
The
Yeah.
restraining order. And then I think the police reports come at the end, all the cards and police numbers and all that.
Yes.
And this was the email about your garbage disposal that he took apart.
Correct.
Because, he's a plumber. So I know you didn't do it, but okay. And
Yeah.
then, hold on, honey. Cause, and then what is this?
So I was
You have
in
to talk fast.
anxiety
These are fast.
classes, and when this happened, my anxiety just happened to trigger way worse because I my social anxiety got very bad to the point where I could not leave my house because I was so paranoid because he was
And there are the
sending me.
police guys. Hold on, honey.
And that's not
Bam.
even all of
That I
them.
know that's not all. I wanted to give them at least 7. I think 7 examples should be enough for these idiots, right? Because a lot of them
Yeah.
don't believe you. I think that's 7 examples right there for you guys. So all those people that doubted this woman, please give her an apology. There's 7 examples. Do you honestly think the plumber is going to come back out there when he knows what's on him? Go ahead, boo. We got him. Go
Yeah,
ahead, boo.
so after all of this stuff being stolen, there was multiple police reports. I did take the proper steps. I did speak with like legal advisors as to what I should do because it was not only my home that was vandalized, he also vandalized my car. And what's sad is because so upon him stealing my phone, he had access to my banking information, my Amazon, and my DoorDash. Now, when he accessed my phone, he ran up my bank over $3,000. He tried to DoorDash alcohol in the amounts of $197 3 times. So I logged in from my son's phone and I was like, why can't we order food? It was declining my card and that the money was on there. And I kept saying, like, why is it not letting us order food? So that was like a red flag, like, but I didn't think anything of it because at this time we're still at the hotel. And so the next day, I'm starting to realize, everything coming together. It's him. He was gaining access, and you guys see how that notification living room. I had to install a high grade, expensive security voice home system that has sensors on every single window, every single door. I have more than 10 cameras installed all around my house, all around my car, around every single place in my home. So as soon as a sensor is messed with by my car or anything, all I have to do is get a notification. If I think that it is suspicious, I push one button and the local PD is alerted because I have had so many police officers out to my house. They have seen the harassment, they've seen the text messages that he sent from this text now app. Because when I first met this guy, now mind you, I don't give my real number to people when I first meet them. This is how he had the text now number for anybody that's thinking, well, how did he get a hold of you if he stole your phone? I also have the proof that I had to buy a new phone the very next day, which I also sent Queen of Accountability because he stole my phone. He hacked my iCloud. So the next day, even after me going to purchase another iPhone, I could not get into my iCloud because he had hacked that. Mind you, So I'm buying the phone, and then people, like, as I'm trying to log into my social medias, it's not letting me. I got logged into one of my social medias, and people are starting to tell me, like, girl, like, what happened? And they're starting to send me like the videos of what he's posted. Now, on my watch, the store that I go to buy the new phone, they're like, you're gonna have to blacklist your phone, because until you blacklist your phone, he will still be able to access all of your social media, all of your accounts, banking, emails, all of that, all your social media. Now, when he stole my phone, it was basically like this manic rampage that he went on. Because I broke up with him, he stole my phone, texted every single person in my contacts. Now, he texted the owner where I work, and I had been at this job for 5 years. I made good money. So, this little sob story that he's telling you guys about, oh, somebody kept calling his job, and oh, I lost my job, and oh, like, I could probably never do this again, and oh my God, that's my story. That's what the fuck he did to me. I lost my job of 5 years. That was my fucking career that he fucking deprived of me and stole from me and my son, talking about, oh, he does community work for children and youth. Bitch, no, you steal from kids too, because I wasn't the only one that he stole from. And not only did he steal materialistic stuff, I'm grateful to God that my first instinct was to come and pick up me and my son, because had he did something to my son, I would have been in jail had he damaged my son. But seeing my son walk into that room and seeing the damage that I allowed someone into my home, and you not only stole materialistic type stuff, which is replaceable, you took our peace of mind. And that's something that still, here I am. This happened back in August. We're now going into July, and I still have to deal with this stuff. I just had to still file a report on him back in May of this year. Queen of Accountability also has that,
Okay,
because he
hold on,
does
hold on.
not stop.
Okay, trust no one. Hold on. Take a deep breath while I talk a little bit for you. So guys, I've played that video for a lot of you guys about maybe 3 or 4 times, and there are still people in the comments doubting this woman. Shout out to Abba and Preach, who know real cries and real pain, because a lot of the receipts that she sent me, I didn't want to show on YouTube for a reason, but she gave me permission. After this show, I will post the stuff that I'm not showing you guys right now on the live. But I want you guys to know that somebody said earlier, anyone can file a police report. That is very true. Someone filed one on me, and it was all inaccurate. But when you see the damage to this woman's place, you guys can easily look up those numbers online, and they don't lie. It was for all the damage that the plumber did, taking apart her sink, making her have to pay for all this on her own. I guess she did that on her own too, peed on her stuff and tore up her stuff. But
Presburger, that plumber, he can get out of here. That's Presburger, that's the plumber.
hold on, honey.
Because
Hold on 1 second, hon. And no matter how much proof I show you guys, y'all still gonna doubt me because you don't like me. And when this is over, I will reiterate my proof to you guys again, because I know a lot of you guys don't believe what you see, and that's fine. But don't sit up here and ask her for police reports and proof, and she's showing you. She even showed you a restraining order from October of 2023. But remember, he's doing humanitarian work, right? He out there being a good citizen, and he's reformed. But he had a restraining order, and I made sure you guys saw his name in that order, and it was stamped by a judge. But y'all don't believe that either, right? Because everything is made up, right? At the end of the day, I know what she's saying is true. I verified it. I spoke to people. So I don't post fake stuff. That's not me. I don't care what you guys think, but trust no one. When you're ready, you can continue, and I'll show the evidence again for
yeah.
those coming in. Go ahead,
And
boo. Keep talking.
so for that person, Presburger, I know that that's you, plumber. I am not no drug addict, so let's get that clear. I do not do drugs, mind you. This job that I work at, we can randomly be drug
Okay, hold
tested
on.
at any
Who is he?
time.
Hold on. Anti
Presburger.
hyena. If hold on. Plumber. If you can't be a man and let her tell her side. You did your YouTube tour for about what, 2 weeks?
Exactly. And he's complaining about another man's shoes that he's still posting in his little cop videos that he's sending to all the exes.
So
They all got that same picture, and you still flexing my ex's shoes, ain't you?
oh wow. Okay. Go ahead, trust no one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So you want to talk about shoes because you a bum and can't afford to buy your own? Yeah. So that's how weird he is too. Let's talk about the shoes. Who who in here has had a person just be like, you know what? Let me just go look in this person's spare bedroom and let me just see what I can dig up. Even though I know she's at work and she goes to work and she comes home every single day, she does for her son, she cooks, she cleans, she does laundry, she does all of that. Let me go see what I can investigate. Now, mind you, my nephew, who was living with me in February of last year, he was living with me. There was some issues going on. I'm not going to go too personal into that because that has nothing to do with that. But he was living with me, so yes, there were a couple of his items that he had left here upon leaving to go live back with his friend. So my spare bedroom was basically just kept for like my son. My son is a shoe addict. He keeps all of his shoes in the spare bedroom and then he has some in his room. Now, I'm at work one day. The plumber texts me, "Hey, what size shoes does your son wear?" And I'm thinking, okay, that's a random question. So then I'm like, at that time he was like a 7.5. He's grown a lot in the past 6 months. So at this time, I'm like, he's a 7.5. I guess it just varies on shoe. I'm not thinking anything. So he's like, so why is there a size 11 shoe in here? At this time, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably one of my nephews, like nothing big, right? So I'm just like, I don't know. It's probably one of my nephew's like shoes. He left a couple of his stuff, there. Like I didn't care, and probably, like when I see him again, he can come back. But I'm not just gonna dispose of his stuff. That's my nephew. And so I get home or whatever, and I see the shoes, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, oh man, those are my ex's shoes. But I was like, whatever. I'm not even gonna say anything because that's just gonna cause a huge argument. Even after we break up, tell me how he reaches out to my ex on TikTok and is like, hey, she lied and she said that these were her son's shoes, and now she's got me walking around in another man's shoes, this and this and that. And now, mind you, my ex even sent me the messages, and I know it was the exes. We all had like a talk, but so my ex had texted me on TikTok, and he was like, "Hey, like, what did you do to this guy? Like, he's crazy. He's been calling me. He's been crying. He's telling me about that you let him wear my shoes." And I said, first off, like, I didn't know that they were yours. And if he's really making a big deal over some shoes, like, that's just crazy. Like, if it was such a big deal, why does he keep wearing them? He could have simply thrown them in the garbage, and that would have been that. I'm not gonna be flossing no other girl's clothing. Like, that's just weird to me. And he was just like, he's weird. Like, he's even trying to come out here to Texas to hang out with him and his girl. And I was like, what? That's just crazy. And I can send Queen of Accountability. I think that's one thing I didn't send to you, but I do still have the thread. And he was trying to hang out with my ex who look like resides in Texas now. And he was just like, he calls me crying every single day about you. He's like, that nigga's hella weird. Like, and I'm just like, why would he contact you and how would he even find you? Because I didn't even have like his number. Because, like I said, I didn't have anything to hide. So, upon him defaming my character and sending, I don't know if you want to show the audio, Queen of Accountability.
Yeah.
So this is a video that he sent to all of my coworkers. It
Okay.
got sent to all of my
Let me
family
get it.
and friends.
Okay. So hold
And
on, hun. So
okay,
this evidence is what she sent me. It's the plumber, and this was what he sent to you. Correct? Trust no one.
this is what he sent to the owner of where I work, my
And got you
boss, my
fired from that.
coworkers, family, and friends.
Okay. Let me go ahead and play this for you guys, and I'm sure he'll tell you that this is not his voice, but here we go.
Thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit. But the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, thinking it got me thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit. But the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, thinking it got me.
So that was him. We all know his voice. You heard him say, "You think I need mental help?" So he's even admitting that he needs it, but he doesn't want it. Let me play it for y'all one more time because I know some of y'all might have to clean your ears a little bit. Let me play it again.
thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit. But the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, thinking it got me thinking I need mental help, and I'm so insecure and all this shit. But the whole time you was being a fucking hoe, sucking niggas' dicks at work, thinking.
Wow, he sounds like a very nice, upstanding humanitarian that's out
And
there
mind
changing
you,
lives. Right,
yeah,
chat?
and
Hold on, trust
right,
no one. Right, chat? This man sounds like he goes to church, he reads the Bible. He's a great example for the at-risk youth. Go ahead, trust no one.
yeah, E37 Entertainment. You're funny. Catching the plumber seed. I do not want to have no demon babies, so no, that's real funny though.
Hold on, should I
Anyways,
play anything from, should I also play the NTR interview?
yes, yes.
Okay, that's what I forgot to do, and I'm sorry about that, boo.
Nope, that's
So
fine.
we know that he did. This is what I wanted to say too. We know that the plumber did that 5 hour live with MTR. And a lot of you guys said, why would he do a 5 hour live? He was kissing his butt. But when you do a live with someone, it's right there. It's raw, right? It's not edited. It's right there. And when someone lies about being fired or lies about, the things that they're doing for the community, they can't keep up with that live when you have them on a live that long. They will change their story a lot. So MTR was actually strategic, but it went over a lot of y'all head why he did it that long, because he knew that there were some inconsistencies with the plumber, right? So I want to play something for you guys, because just as quick as he says, no, I didn't, he'll change up and say he did. People that lie like that, that's something that they do often. That's why they are master manipulators. But don't trust me. Let me play this for you guys, and you guys can tell me what you think.
Gonna catch you doing something. And I was like, how did you know I was outside, right? He said, I put my extra phone tracking you in your car and I left it on record because I was expecting to record you doing something, as in cheating on me or like messing around in your car. And I was like, I was done. After that,
I have never heard of a smartphone in the car. Like, how long would a smartphone stay on? I don't. Those things are going to overheat after a while. Is it true that you put a smartphone in the car and you press the record button and just threw it back in there?
No.
Okay, blatantly, she's just making that up out of thin air.
Yes, she's making that up. Okay.
Come on, let's talk about it.
I'm trying to see how I can answer this. All right. I did. I had a phone. Man, I don't know. I don't know how to answer this. Honestly, I don't know how to answer this. But no, I didn't put no smartphone. I did have another iPhone that was in her car. I have two phones. Okay.
Aaron.
No, listen. Let me break it down to you. I had two phones. One phone I do plumbing with, right? The other phone is my personal phone. I did leave uh I did leave the phone. I'm trying to answer this without sounding like a creep. So I'm trying to choose my words carefully, because they're gonna crucify me. So don't think nothing. But I had another phone. Okay, I did plumbing services with this phone. The location was on this phone. Now I'm in and out of her car all the time. I did know that the location was on the phone. Yeah, I always got location on both of my phones. But that's how I was finding out she was driving around too. Yeah.
So she's not lying. There was a phone in the car that tracked where she was.
The phone. That's why I was having a hard time answering this. She's trying to make it seem like I just got up, threw the phone. No, I had my tracker on. I had my GPS on there. And I remember, I remember we had an argument about me leaving the phone in there. Yes. With the GPS tracker on there. She said, yeah. And I lied. Okay, yes. Okay, I lied. I lied to her. I told her I did an airdrop and left the phone in there, but I didn't. I don't even know how to do an airdrop. But honestly, Yes, the phone location, my location was on. I know she was cheating on me and stuff, so I did. If it sounds crazy, then fuck it, man. Whatever.
No, it's not whatever, Plumber. You guys just heard this man, right? Say no. That I didn't do it. Do you see how quick he said no? Then when he thought about it, see, that's what lying motherfuckers do, right? It sounds like a mixtape, right? I did, but I didn't, but I did. But remember, he slandered this person and called them a 304 and a hoe, right? All this bad stuff he was saying about this person. And then he had to go back and admit that he was stalking. So when y'all see all these reports and things like that, how can y'all still not believe this woman when he just lied to y'all idiots in your face? But you know, y'all still gonna praise him. Y'all gonna say that MTR forced him to tell the truth or forced him to say that, right? For views and likes. Real people that know how to read people will say he's a liar, and he does that by trade. So he might be a journeyman, but if lying had degrees, he has a PhD in lying, just like he lied to y'all. So y'all really believe this man is out there doing humanitarian work and doesn't know how, to admit to tracking someone? Oh, I had a phone, but I didn't have a phone. I had a plumbing phone, and then the airdrop. Come on, Plumber. Come on. You know how to get in front of a camera and make your titty shake, but you're telling me you don't know how to admit to tracking someone and stalking, but then you want to call him a hoe. So it doesn't look that bad when you call him a hoe, right? Because if she was a hoe, you wouldn't be tracking a hoe, right? Because a hoe gonna do whole things, right? Come on now, Plumber. Trust no one. Go ahead, boo.
And I want to add to that too. So the crazy part is that phone that he placed in her car was the same phone that he stole from me. Because when I got to talking with her, she knew the color of my phone. So he was tracking her with the phone that he stole from me. That's how sad that is. And for everyone that's saying, oh, we're doing too much and all off of a show, no, we're trying to bring awareness to other women so this does not happen. Because
Facts.
for somebody to sit there and say, oh, nobody's ever been in love and tell me you've never acted crazy. Crazy? That's okay. That's an okay word. But this is beyond crazy how this guy, who has broken into somebody's home, vandalized their home, stole all of their stuff just because somebody broke up with them.
Okay, hold on,
I
boo.
will wait
Hold on, because I want
patiently.
I want to make sure. Remember, we have to make sure we get through everybody. But before you
Yes.
continue, I again want to give a shout out to not only MTR, but I want to give a shout out to Abba and Preach. I think they were one of the first ones that called bullshit. Because the way I do business is I like to wait and do investigative work. I don't just like to go on and find, court cases and things like that. I like to go deeper and do things that people are not doing, like calling clubs and actually investigating. But Abba and Preach, they call bullshit. And when they did, they also got crucified. So Abba and Preach is one of the first people that I saw that said cap. So again, I want to give a shout out to those two men because they called it out and they didn't care what y'all motherfuckers had to say. I want to post the rest of that video that I had too. Trust no one. The other part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, hon.
Can somebody
But
block?
he actually does have a kid. He just does.
Okay, you got a child now?
Okay, now I'm gonna say this. For me to answer that question without destroying lives, I'm gonna say this. If I have a child out there, summon him.
Okay.
Summon him. Bring him here. Where's the mother? I haven't heard anything about anything in years. If there's any kids out there that people are stating that are mine, summon him and rectify that matter. Let's clear all the smoke that's out there. If there is a child out there that is mine, summon him, please. I'm a man that handles his responsibilities.
Guys, you guys just sat up there and said, I'm sorry, you guys, y'all just heard him say, if I have a child, summons him, right? He doesn't even want to admit that he has a child, but y'all trust this man with the youth, at risk youth. But let me show y'all something before Trust No One finishes up what she has to say. It wasn't hard for me to find who the mother of his child was. It wasn't hard. Abba and Preach kind of set the tone. because they posted the protective order from 2022. So that made it easy. This motherfucker knows that he has a child with the same motherfucking name. And he's avoiding his responsibilities, throwing money up in the club when he should be throwing that money into that bank account. He knows they're looking to serve him for child support, unpaid, for years. So I want to show y'all another receipt that people didn't do. I reached out to the mother and she confirmed everything. She actually said she was proud of me because I'm exposing someone that gets away with a lot of shit. But people don't want to talk about it because they're scared and they like to go with anybody's lies. And I don't do that. So I want to show you guys something here because, you know, I always come with receipts. Let me find it here. Oh, hey, hope you continue to wake everyone up. You didn't lie about anything at all, and no one has painted him in a bad light. This is who he actually is, and nothing will change. I know he's located in Phoenix, Arizona. One address is his mom's, and the other is his dad's. Karma is really real. My son is great, and even better that he doesn't have that type of influence in his life. Thank you. This is coming from the mother. He knows where the mother's at. He's refusing to go there because the cops are looking for him too. But you guys don't believe that, right? Y'all think this man really don't got a kid. When Abram Preach kind of showed y'all how to find it. Anyone that doesn't stand up to be a father is a coward in my book. Y'all can support this coward all you want to. But when a man doesn't want to step up and be a father, that's bitch behavior. That's what that is. This child didn't ask to be here. And this man is avoiding his child like the IRS probably owes them too. They've been looking for him for years. He knows where they're at. And Plumber, if you don't, I'll give you the address because I know. And that's not even my kid. You know, you just don't care. You're a coward and you're a piece of shit for a father. These are the type of men that I don't support, that I call out. And it's sad that you know they're looking for you and you want to get on MTR show and say, if I have a child, motherfucker, copy and paste, nigga. Copy and paste. Trust no one. Go ahead.
No, so just basically my whole story. I just wanted to bring awareness so this doesn't happen to other women. I understand he went on a show. We're not trying to gain clout at all, but for anybody that has supported this man, well, no, he ain't no man. Anybody that has supported this plumber, I wish you guys would have this same energy had he dated any one of your daughters, sisters, any one of your women family members, because if they would have been through half of the stuff that me and these other victims have been through, trust and believe you would not have that same energy trying to protect him. Now, he can speak bad about us all he wants, but at the end of the day, do you think that a person is just going to make false police reports after another, one after another? And mind you, these are not just little misdemeanors or, oh, I'm calling just because he sent me a text. I have multiple felony charges against this plumber. There is felony vandalism, felony theft. The felony vandalism is to my home, to my vehicle. There is felony harassment, and there is felony stalking. So I want to make it very clear that that story that he told the world about, oh, getting 500 plus calls to his so-called job, that he still is can't prove that. He can't even bring up a termination letter. Now, mind you, I did 7 years worth of human resourcing and payroll, so I do know how the law works. A termination letter has to be presented. I do not care if you are a licensed plumber, if you are contracted with an employer, there is no negotiation. At the time that the employee is fired, with their final check and their termination letter, the employee has to sign to state rather they are agreeing as to why they are being terminated. Now, if they don't wish to sign, then they can fight it. This is why we use this letter as a policy, and I'm pretty sure all employers do, for EDD purposes. Because rather you use a 1099 at the end of the year or rather you use a W-2 at the end of the year, you have to state why you were terminated. 500 plus calls, that's a bit excessive. After 5 or 10, an employer is going to call and they're going to make a complaint. Why can't he even produce the complaint? from whatever police station was called or whatever harassment, was made from that employer. I have all that proof. So that sob story that he told all you guys, that's my story. He harassed my coworkers. He harassed the owner. He harassed my coworkers, my family, my friends. He was having stuff delivered to my house, to my parents' house. I had to add my parents to the restraining order. I had had my dog added to the restraining order and my son.
So can I ask you a
Everything. And
question?
my
And
car. Yes.
trust no one. I'm sorry to interrupt you because I want to get this going. We're already at an hour and a half, and I want to give the
Yes.
other ladies. But I had to ask you a
Yes.
question. When you were dating the plumber, did you ever see him out doing humanitarian work for the community?
He never held a job.
Are you sure? Because he was advertising on
I'm
next door,
positive.
honey.
I'm positive. He didn't even have $20 sometimes to get up the street to the gas station.
Did he ever pay a bill?
None. He had an EBT card.
Could he pull 100,000 out the bank?
He couldn't even pull $20 out the bank if he
Are you
wanted to.
sure? Are you
I'm
sure? Because this
positive.
man is balling, big balling.
I'm positive. The car he had didn't even have AC. It looked like he lived in his car.
Okay, wow. Okay, so I want you to hold on because I want to give them a chance to ask you a question. Okay, I want to
Okay.
move on to the next person. And again, I did show her receipts of the damage that he did. And you guys are asking why they haven't arrested him yet. You have to be there to be arrested. When someone is moving from state to state to state to motherfucking state, what y'all want them to do? He has to be there. So what you guys are not understanding, he's avoiding certain states because he knows they're looking for him. And to those who are new to my podcast, I'm naturally loud. So nobody hurt me. I'm married. I'm happy. I'm just a loud motherfucker. So if that's too much for you, you are more than welcome to kick rocks. But I'm loud and passionate about the truth. So to those who are just meeting me, turn your volume down because I might get louder. That's just who I am. And I'm not changing for none of you motherfuckers. So if I'm too loud for you, then that's a you problem. So I want to move on to the next lady. Who's up next?
Okay.
So that would be me. I was just gonna keep it a secret, but everybody has seen my videos. My videos have been used in Abba and Preach and in MTR's videos. So I am the one that originally put out the story.
Yep, I just showed that. Yep, go ahead, hon. I'm sorry.
So
I
I
kind of showed it
originally
too prematurely, didn't I? I'm
It's
sorry about that.
okay.
But go ahead.
It's
Go
okay.
ahead, hon.
I put out the story because as soon as I seen him, I was triggered. I had finally got away from him. I had finally stopped getting messages from text-free numbers and phone calls. And as soon as I see him, it was like my heart dropped. And it was because I'm like, wow, he's still out there and he's going to hurt another girl. And even though he did not put his hands on me, it was very mentally abusive. So again, just to reiterate the story, we did meet online, and he was from another state that I was. And then he said, "Oh, I was just down there. I have a friend down there. I might go down there again this weekend." I said, "Okay, well, we can have dinner." He did come, we had a really, really good conversation. He's a very smooth talker. He is very intelligent. I will give him that. But I got attached and I was like, you know what? I don't want you to go to your friend's house because he went down the rabbit hole and he's doing things that you shouldn't really be involved in. So just stay. That is just kind of how it happened. Now, he did meet my parents, and then the first red flag was he started to distance himself, but he kind of wanted to distance me from my parents as well. And I go over to my parents a lot. I've been single for like 5 years, and apart from the father of my kids, he did spread false rumors stating that I had lost custody. No, I didn't. I do have 50-50 custody with the father of the kids because they're both I'm active and the father is active, and a lot of people don't have that, and I appreciate that I have that. So he started to post my kids. He posted a picture of me and the kids, and that really upset me. So the second red flag was also that he started to pop up at my job, and he would always know when I was outside. I worked right by a window in a clinic right full of girls. So he would start blowing up my phone if my location on my Apple phone would start saying that I was outside the window. So he's constantly calling me like, "I know you're fucking this guy. I know you're doing that. I know you're doing this. What are you doing outside? You're supposed to be at work." I literally invited him over to lunch one day at work just so he can see me walk from the clinic to the hospital because there's a bridge between the clinic and the hospital to have lunch with me. And he was tracking it in his head the whole time. He's tracking it like, this many steps. He's looking at his phone to see the locations. So he started popping up at my job. And then I was like, does he have a tracker in my car? I could not find a tracker, but then he shows up at my job and he's like, yeah, where's my extra phone? I put my extra phone in your car and the location was on and I left a recording. So he's like, I caught you cheating in the parking lot. And I said, what are you talking about? I've been inside. This is summer. I met him in the end of August and it was really hot here. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, how are you going to have something that doesn't exist? And he's like, yeah. I put the phone in the car and I said, okay, well, when I get home, I want you to have all your stuff gone. And when I got home, he was still there. And he cried and begged and was like, just let's work it out. And in my head, I felt like I couldn't let go at first. I couldn't even believe he put the tracker in my car. So I was like, okay, well, let's try to make it work. And then it just kind of went downhill from there. I'm giving you guys the bullet points only because my story has been shared and it's been shared in detail. And when he did leave my house that morning, he went to go get coffee in my car. I had cash out him money to go get me Starbucks because I drink Starbucks all the time. And he came back, he's like, there's something wrong with your car. And I said, what do you mean? My car is perfectly fine. I have a brand new nice car. He's like, no, it's shaking. That to me was weird. So once he actually left my apartment with all his stuff, I went to my mom's and my car started shaking from there. So I took it to two different mechanics and it was the spark plugs and it was the ignition coils. And it as soon as I fixed that, it happened again. I had to take it to another mechanic. At the end of the day, I could not fix it. I spent so much money on that car. I had a Challenger at the time. So I ended up taking it to the dealership. And the dealership traded my car in and I texted them a few days later and I said, "Hey, did you know what was wrong with my car?" And they said, "Yeah, it had sugar in the gas tank." After after they told me that, I mean, I was so scared because I just couldn't believe the things that he would amount to. And my lease wasn't up for another month. So I was like, I don't know what to do. So I literally had to borrow money from my mom. Yes, I did. I had to borrow $4,000 from my mom just to get out of the lease a month early and all of the moving costs for my new apartment, and I had to get another car. And you have seen him admit to tracking my car. You have seen him admit to multiple things on his own without me having to come on multiple platforms and expose him. And no, just because you guys say, why didn't you file any police reports? Because he knows where I worked. He still knew where I lived at the time because I hadn't moved yet. And he knows where my parents live. So think about that logically. Why would I do that at the time? Now, recently, he has reached out to me stating that he's going to sue me. He reached out to me from a text-free number that he's going to sue me. And I said, well, you did this to yourself. You kind of put yourself out there. I didn't do that. And he said, see you in court, bum. Then when he posted my kids, I said, one thing you're not going to do is post my kids. And that was, I believe, this weekend that just passed. And Daphne has the text message screenshot. So I gave you guys the bullet points, and then I'll let Daphne show you guys everything.
Okay, so I wanted to address a Buck. He said Queen of Unaccountability couldn't prove Aaron was lying about being a plumber, so I had to literally do a live about his past. So Buck, I guess you missed the beginning of my live. When MTR asked him to produce his license, he stalled for days, almost a week. When I looked up his information, there was no license on file. He got the license in February of this year. That's why I couldn't see it on the report, because it's still new. It expires in 3 years. They only last 3 years in the city of Phoenix. So when I can't verify your education, I'm going to assume you don't have it until you prove otherwise. As I stated before, the plumber posted his edited license. I posted the unedited license. So again, now that I've seen it, he has one. Great. But we're not on that. We're on the lies that he said to get money from people. So you guys can shuck and jive and love your king, but don't say that I'm wrong. Because at the time he didn't want to show it because he wanted to keep doing these YouTube tours to get money. And all he had to do was show his license in like 2 seconds. So you're not going to go on people's panel and say you have something, but you can't produce the facts. I got 4 college degrees. And if someone asks me to see him, I'm going to show you in seconds. I'm not going to wait 3 years. Come on, you guys. Y'all love this man so much, you don't even care about the truth. I had a question for you, Love.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't you say that he was threatening you with the police?
He did. So I actually got a blocked call, which was weird to me because I was at work and I did not get to answer it the first time. And when I looked at the voicemail, it stated, "This is Officer
Is
Jarvis."
this it right here, honey? Is that
Yep,
Officer Jarvis?
that's the officer. He
Okay.
said, "I have Aaron here. He's trying to come to a conclusion with you, kind of like a mediation." So he's like, "I'm gonna call you again in a few minutes." That is the voicemail. And so when he did call back, I answered the phone because I was like, okay, well, if we can get to a mediation without me having to talk to him personally because he goes unhinged, then let's do it. Well, we have the cop. I did get his name, his first name, last name, and the badge number, so I can verify that he was a real police officer. And so we had came to a conclusion that he was no longer going to post my kids and he was no longer going to post about me if I stopped posting about him. Now I had that day earlier on, I had already posted a video stating that I wasn't going to post about him. I told my story and that was it. Aaron came back and he said, no, I want her to make a video and go live retracting her statement and stating that she lied to the world. And the cop laughed because he knew I wasn't going to do that. So he said, okay, well, let's take it to court. And that's all that happened. So these reports that the plumber is stating that there's a police report against me, no, there isn't. There's an incident number that you can get anytime you call the cops. There can be a cat in front of your house and you're calling the cops and you're going to get an incident report number. There is no file, there's no reports against me and there's no lawsuits against me because I have checked.
So this screenshot was from today when you called the police, correct?
Yep, I called the
And they
non-emergency
said that
number.
you did not have a police report on file that involved you.
Nope, nothing. And then when I got off the phone with the cop that day, he did say this did not escalate, so I did not file a police report.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
So I just wanted to address a couple of the comments before we move on to the last person.
Yep.
Someone said, "What the fuck this got to do with it?" So I just want to remind you guys, you don't have to be here. I want to remind you guys that I don't care if you guys agree or disagree with what we're talking about. But you guys allowed this man to go on a YouTube tour for like days, slandering all these women that are on this post right now. And you guys didn't question him. You didn't go at him. You didn't care. Y'all think this is about the dating show and the license. You guys are still slow as fuck. I'm sad because I thought some of you guys probably had a brain, but you probably don't because you're still saying the same shit. What does this got to do with a license? This has to do with him deceiving people to get money. GoFundMe money. So quit telling me how to do my investigative work because you don't want to be here and listen. You can leave. Anti-hyena, anyone that is being disrespectful, I need you to ban them. I don't care if there was 2 people listening in. That's all I need is 1. But y'all not going to sit up here and disrespect me because you're mad that your king is a liar. Keep the energy that you had with Rhoda. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He has a license. Good for him. But he's not out here changing lives and working with youth. He's out here destroying lives and running from states. That's what this is about. He's a pathological liar, a manipulator, and he needs mental help. And I'm willing to help him. But he has to be honest. I'm always willing to help the Black community. But a lot of you guys are so evil and idiots. Y'all over here behind fake accounts talking the biggest shit. Anti-hyena, get them the fuck out of here. That's not why we're doing this. We all supposed to be a community, and y'all on here on this chat really capping for a man that lied. I'm showing you guys receipts, and that's still not enough. Phone numbers, and that still isn't enough. He hasn't produced a letter saying he's been fired, and y'all don't give a fuck about saying that. This is about him lying about being fired to get GoFundMe donations. Are y'all not understanding why I'm doing this? Because if you don't, you can leave. Go back to your king's page and kiss his ass. Because I'm not kissing it here. Y'all keep recycling the same shit. I didn't take a L. I just showed you guys how he's been lying about the money that you guys donated to him. Do you not care about vets and disabled and single mothers and single fathers and domestic violence victims and at-risk youth? Do y'all not give a fuck? Because I do. I'm out here in the streets helping people. So it matters to me where money is going. Y'all can sit up here and be tricked, but not me. So anti-hyena, get them the fuck out of here. Because we can end this shit right now. I don't care. I'm not getting paid. I just wanted these women to tell their story, and you guys are just some idiots. Y'all can't even sit here and listen to her like y'all listen to him for 5 and 6 days. Have some respect. Fuck. So now I'm going to bring on the last person, and I'm asking y'all to please have some respect, because her story is worse than the first 2 you just heard. So I'm going to remind you, anti hyena, please, if anyone says anything negative about this woman's story, I'm just going to end the live because her story is very, very detailed. And I have the receipts. And this is going to make you. And if anybody still supports him even after this, please unsub from me. Go sub to him. He deserves it. I don't need it. So the last person is Karma. Karma, remember what we talked about. Please say what you feel. And if it gets too much, you have every right to leave. I still have the receipts that I'll post when you're ready. So go ahead and have the floor, honey. And I promise you, if anybody disrespects you, I'll end this shit tonight. I'm not getting any money off of this live. I promise you, this is not for the money. So with that being said, Miss Karma, you can unmute. Can you unmute, please?
Hi.
Hello, hello, are you okay? You good?
Um. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, do your best. Do your best. No pressure. Go ahead, boo.
So me and the plumber met in or started talking. I'm sorry, in March and up until April. It's a short period of time. I
Okay,
know.
hold on, Karma. Can you talk a little bit louder because you're talking low? And you said you were talking to the plumber from March to April of this year, correct? 2024, right? Because people think we're talking about
Yes.
the past. Was it this year?
Yes. March 2024
Okay.
to April 2024. It is a short period of time. It's ridiculous, but we met online. The plumber wanted to meet me very quickly. And I mean, I did too. We were very connected. Conversations were good. Um, I didn't know who this man was, who he really was. So I just want to say, if I knew everything that I knew now, I wouldn't put myself in his path in the way that it went. So I just wanted to get that out the way. You know, a lot of people, you don't really know who people really are until you actually get to see their true colors in person. So and just like how these other two ladies were, and just like how everybody else is around the world.
Hey, Karma, you cut out.
Different states, we
Karma,
agree.
I think you,
Yeah.
Karma, can you hear me? You cut out. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but you kind of cut out at the end. Can you say that again?
Um, what part do you hear?
All I heard you, it went quiet, and then you said different states.
We're in two different states. We're not in the same place, in the same location. Me and the plumber.
Okay.
Um, like I said, the connection was good. The conversations were good. It was a vibe. So you know, why not? Why not meet up with each other? We agreed to meet in the middle, and that's what we did. We met for the first time in April. Um, the first day that we met, it went cool. The next day, um, he had been pretty much in the morning. We were chilling, you know, eating. And when it got to lunchtime, when I got around to lunchtime, he wanted to go ahead and start drinking. So, you know, he did. He is a light drinker, as in Trust No One had said earlier. And he had mentioned this to me as well in our conversations that he's a very light drinker. So he was drinking ahead of me. Um, when it got close to around 6, you know, 7, and this is on a weekend, on a Saturday, you know, how you guys like to get ready, you know, good to go out. We agreed we're going to go out, have some drinks, go see a movie. Um, that's what we did. Before we did that, went to the liquor store, got some drinks. He's drank them all. We're at the hotel where we met up. Um, I had took a couple shots myself. Like I said, he's ahead of me. We're getting ready, and we go to this bar and grill because we had agreed that up until a certain time we're gonna go see a movie. But while we're at the bar and grill, you know, we're drinking, eating. Um, he starts kind of like showing out. Of course, like how why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you when you go out? Okay, that's fine. But I just thought it was kind of weird. He kept kind of saying like kind of worried about the prices and stuff like that when beforehand he would brag to me how much money he had, that he has all this money in the bank, all this money in the wallet, and how the way he gets his money. He did tell me that he sues people, he sues companies. That's how he gets his money. He goes to different companies. He doesn't last there for long. He's probably there for 3 days. Tries to find something in order to sue them to get the money. That's what he told me. Um, so our waitress, she's fine. She's nice. She's a nice girl. She's telling me that, or no, he's telling me that the girl is jealous and wishes to be in my position, that she wishes that she was me because I'm with him, and that she's jealous when I'm nowhere getting this vibe because this girl is really being sweet. She's being nice to me, and I'm being nice with her. So I told him that, I'm like, I'm not getting that vibe. Um, Anyways, I had a friend message me, and by coincidence, she told me she was at the location where we had met up at and asked if we wanted to meet up with them and hang out with them. I told him. He said, "Yeah, that's cool." So we did. We didn't go to the movies anymore. We left that location about 10, 10, 10:15. We get in my car because he's driving my car. He was driving a rental, and I didn't want to be in the rental that he pulled up in. No disrespect, I don't want to be in the Kia. I'd rather be in my car. So when we got in my car, um, he had bought a bottle prior before we had went to this bar and grill. He was already drinking out of it. When we got in the car, he gave me some too. I drank some out of it too. We looked up the location where it's at. It was pretty much going to be 30, 40 minutes away because it was downtown. Um, well, when it was time to drive over there, he starts driving my car recklessly. He starts speeding, and I'm telling him, "Can you please slow down? Please don't drive like this because I worked really hard to get this vehicle. This is my belonging." Mind you, at this point, I can tell he's already tipsy. He's pretty much getting to the point where he's drunk. Um, he's getting mad because I'm telling him to be careful. He said that it's fine, whatever damages happen, that he will pay for it and fix it because he has the money. But to me, that's not the point. I don't care. Like, I don't want it to happen. Period. Like, I don't want that to happen because why would I want to get in a wreck when we've been drinking and we can go to jail, I can get a ticket, and then you can get a ticket, and on top of it, my vehicle's damaged because you don't know how to drive. So this makes me mad. This would make anybody else mad. So I'm telling him I can drive. He tells me no. Like, fine, but I'm telling him, please drive right. He starts yelling at me, telling me that he never let no women talk to him that way. And I'm getting mad, and I respond like, so you're getting mad at me because I'm trying to look out for both of us. So we finally get to the location where my friend is. Um, we had to park in front of a convenience store because it's downtown. Um, I'm trying to change his mood. I'm trying to tell him, like, come on, like, we can still go into this place because he's telling me that at this point that he just wants to go back to the hotel because he's pissed off because how the way I'm telling him to drive right. Um, and I'm like, again, I'm trying to get him to tell him, like, we can change the setting, we can change the mood, we can still have a good time, but he just insists that he does not want to, which is fine. That's fine. Um, that he was gonna get an Uber, and I told him, okay, cool, I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna go see what's up with my friends, cause I came here to have a good time. And he gets out the car. I get out the car. I lock my car, And as soon as I'm maybe like not even that far away, almost getting to this location, he's calling my phone, yelling at me, and telling me that I couldn't be the one, that if he had a woman, that his woman would never do that to him, would never leave him. But you know, the thing is, you over here getting mad at me because I'm telling you to drive right in my vehicle. I don't understand. I don't understand anybody that would get mad when they're trying to look out for you and myself, so that way nobody gets hurt and nobody goes to jail and nobody gets a ticket, because who the fuck wants that? Who? So, you know, I'm pissed off. Um, he tells me, take me back to the hotel. I don't want to fucking be here. And, you know, at this point, he's yelling at me and I'm pissed. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll take you back because I want to get my stuff. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get my stuff. Like, this isn't working. You know, that's fine. It's not working out. So, uh,
Take your time. Take your time. I know. I'm sorry.
so I get back to the car. I get back to the car and you know, he gets in the car. We're driving back to the hotel. He's yelling at me, telling me I'm not shit. I'm just a broke ass bitch. That where I work ain't shit. And any woman in my position would want it. And I'm not really saying anything at this point because this ain't the first time hearing this bullshit. Because a lot of men just think they the fucking shit, and it's just fucking so. It's so tiring getting like men talking to women like this, like you put yourself on a high ass fucking pedestal, but really you just not fucking shit, you know. Again, that's my fucking fault. That's my fault for knowing that you wasn't shit in the fucking first place. That's okay. It's a lesson learned. You know, a lot of people can take a L, but when you look back at the L, you try to come back up and learn from it. And this is the person that can't do that. Okay? So driving back, he's telling me to hurry up, telling me to drive faster, drive faster. I'm not gonna fucking do that. I tell him no, I'm not driving fast. I'm gonna drive how the way I want to drive. If you wanted me to drive fast or drive in a certain way, you should have stuck with that Uber. So we finally get to the location. We finally get to the hotel. I'm sorry. I don't even know how much I can say on here.
No, you could say it. Go ahead and say it. Just don't say, remember I told you the words to use.
Yeah.
Okay, you got it. You got it. They don't know who you are. You got it. I'm right. We're right here with you, Queen. I promise you, no one's gonna judge you. Take your time. They need to hear this because I got to show them the evidence to back it up, and I can't if. So take a deep breath, Queen. Take a deep breath first. You got this. Remember, we went over this. You got it. You got it. They can't see
Mind
you.
y'all,
They can only hear.
again, this is in April 2024. We're
Karma, you cut out. Karma.
on somebody in a long time. This is in 2024. Fucking April, dude. Sorry, I'm fucking sorry. We get to the
No, don't be sorry.
hotel.
Don't be sorry.
I'm parking my car. He's in the passenger. Again, I'm driving. Um, he gets out of the passenger and he's yelling at me, telling me to hurry the fuck up to get the fuck out the car. He opens my driver's side. He opens my door, and I'm putting my left arm up to tell him to hold the fuck on. He tells me to hurry the fuck up. He grabs my left arm and pulls me out of the fucking car, pushes me up against the car, and starts choking me and pushing his arm up into my chest. And this choking, it's not as pressure, so I could still breathe on this one. Um, he's looking at me as if I like it, as if I'm getting turned on. I push him off of me as hard as I can and tell him to get the fuck off me. And we walk to the room. Um, we walk to the room so I can get my stuff. He's behind me. Um, there's just certain stuff that happened again that I can't say, but it just wasn't consensual. So I don't know. Can I even say the rest of the
You
story? I
can.
don't even
Can.
know.
You remember we have code words. You can. As long as you don't say the word I told you not to say. But Queen, you got this. You got this. Remember why we're doing this. You got this. You got this.
So we go into the hotel. He grabs me behind my neck. He grabs me behind my neck, and like I said, in these parts, I can't say it. It just wasn't consensual. No means no, right?
Right?
So after that, um, he pushes off of me. Um, running
Are you okay?
up against my neck and starts telling me that he doesn't want me to leave, that he loves me. And I'm telling him, you don't know what love is. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Um, and this feels like it's going on forever. And mind you, again, you all know how big this person is. You all see his big muscles. Like, of everybody knows a man is more powerful than a woman, you know? So there's not much I could really do. I'm trying to push him off me, and I'm telling him I want to go home repeatedly. He turns around, starts grabbing all my stuff from my suitcase and starts throwing everything around. And I'm telling him to stop. I'm begging him to stop. I'm starting to grab my things, and he turns around and picks me up by my neck. I'm in the air, and he's strangling me in the fucking air. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. There's only so much that I could push. Take his finger off my neck a little bit just to tell him to please stop. Just to please stop. I just want to go home to my son. I can't fucking breathe. And he tells me he doesn't fucking care. He doesn't care. This man proceeds to strangle me and throws me on the bed and continues to choke me. And he has the bottle that he bought and pours it in my face at the same time while he's choking me. I can't fucking breathe. I can't breathe. I'm drowning. I'm choking. I can't breathe.
Take your time.
I don't give a fuck if none of you fucking believe me, because fuck this man. This motherfucker almost took me away from my fucking son, bro. I can give two fucks if anybody believes me, because I know what the fuck happened. And
Don't listen to them. You're fine. Don't listen to them. You're here
he'll
with us.
deny. But Karma's a bitch, I swear. Karma's a fucking bitch and is
Karma, you cut out. Karma.
pouring it in my face. He's continuing pouring this liquor all over my body. And I can see it in his face debating if he wants to fucking set me on fire. The lighter's right there. I can't. Just fucking can't. Fuck this. I can't.
Hey, Karma, it's okay. Karma, you have every right. Do you want to leave for a moment and come back?
I can't.
So why mute yourself, Karma, and take a deep breath, honey. Mute yourself and take a few seconds, and I'll take it from here and say a little bit more. So, guys, to those who are just coming in, or you guys weren't listening, first I want to say shame on the idiots in the comments who are asking, did she call the police? That we wouldn't be here if she didn't have receipts. And this is the problem with the black community, because I know a lot of these people in the chat are black. I'm looking at a lot of your profiles. I think it is very, very disgusting that even when someone is telling you a story, you guys are asking her, did you call the police? Did you do the kid? Did you do blah, 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 blah. But I remember being on so many YouTube channels that the plumber was on. And I didn't see that type of berate. Hey, can we see the firing letter? You guys said he's not entitled to show it. You guys said he's not entitled to prove it. But you're over here telling this woman, did she? If she didn't, she wouldn't be here. I'm trying to teach you guys something tonight, that this man is always going from state to state. This year, he was supposed to be doing humanitarian work, but he was in another state for a couple of months hurting this person here. And I saw the receipts. I saw the emails from the detective that I will post tonight in a video. He can go ahead and tell you guys that she's lying, but the receipts don't lie. And just like in the state where he vandalized that woman's place, he fled. That's why he's not arrested. Do y'all know how the law works? Some of you guys probably don't. It is an allegation, correct. But if he did not do it, why is he running? He knows what happened. I saw the receipts. He's refusing to go to that state for a reason. And I know why he isn't going, because I know what they will do to people like him. So whether you believe her or not, I have receipts to prove it. Because after this man did this, he put a hit out on her on Instagram and tried to make it seem like she robbed him and offered people an amount of money to find her. He used the robbing as a guise for people to actually try to find her location as she fled from him. But y'all don't believe that either. And I will post those receipts tonight too. What y'all need to realize is that all three of these women live in different states, totally different states.
And let
But
me
they all
tell
have
you,
some.
this has nothing to do with him being black. This has
No, no,
nothing
no,
to do
honey.
with
Let me let
that.
me let me finish, son. Let me
And
finish.
I did report this to the police. Of course I fucking did. Of
Don't look at
course.
the comments, Karma. Hold on, Karma. And I just think it's. Go ahead, Karma. No, I'm gonna let you go, Karma, because you have something in
No,
your
I'm
heart. Go ahead,
good
Blue.
because
I'm sorry.
these people are fucking crazy.
But that's what
Of
they
course
do.
I did.
Karma. Pay attention to us, Karma.
Of
That's what they
course.
do. If this happened to their sister or cousin, I promise you they wouldn't have that same energy. I promise you. These are just people that don't want to believe that their king is really a peasant. That's all it is. You got a lot of men that still love this man to death. I don't know why, but I guarantee you if their sister came and showed the receipts that you showed me, they would be singing a different tune. And anytime someone says this, I did ask you the question, did you go? And you showed me. So I know it's real. And I will show them in a second. But go ahead and say whatever's in your heart.
I'm fine. Because, you guys can believe whatever you want.
Don't look at the
This
comments,
man, this
Karma.
man, this man, after I got away, after I was able to get out, how I got away is because I had to let this man think that he was the fucking victim. This man had the audacity to fucking cry and say that, why is this happening to me? But you fucking almost took my life, dude. I almost really thought I wasn't gonna see my son again. My son, I'm a single mother. I am Latina. Okay, this has nothing to do, again, this has nothing to do with him being black. This has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that a man had fucking did this to me because I wanted to go home. It wasn't working out. Shit was not working out. He was mad because I was telling him that he needed to drive right because he was fucking drunk. You're gonna get mad at me because I'm trying to look out for you, and you wanna fucking almost take my life because I wanna go home. You almost took me away from my fucking son, bro. And that's not fucking cool. And as much as you want to cover it up because I got away, you try to say that I fucking stole from you. I don't gotta steal a shit from you. I work very fucking hard to get where I'm at and with the things that I have and the shit that I do for my fucking son. You target single women. You target single women. It doesn't matter about their fucking race. It doesn't matter how the way they fucking look. None of that shit fucking matters. It's the fucking principle that you're doing this to women, to single women, whether they're fucking mothers or not. Like, why? Why? And then it's the fact that you kept changing up your story. You changed up saying I stole $500 from you, fucking $30,000 from you, $3,000 from you, and all this shit is from the fucking detective. Like, yes, I went to the police. There is so much shit that you do not know, that all you guys don't know about this man, but yeah, you still want to hype up his fucking head and make him think that he's fucking innocent. Y'all are fucking crazy. Y'all just as crazy as much as he is. There ain't nothing more I gotta fucking say, but the shit that he did to me ain't fucking cool.
And Karma, I just want you to know that I'm sorry that happened. And he's currently, from what I saw in the comments, he's currently on his live, probably trying to show some other stuff. But guys, you guys heard her story. For those who just came in, all three of these ladies have something in common. They're single mothers. So clearly he has a type. And I feel like he preys on these women because they're alone and they're raising a child by themselves. None of you guys are seeing the pattern, but I already caught the pattern. And I just think it's really sad how you guys are saying, well, I don't believe him and I don't believe her. I don't know what. But how many receipts has the plumber showed you guys besides the license after I put the heat under him? How many receipts has he showed you guys? The big premise of it was he was fired. How many receipts have you seen from him backing up he was fired? None of y'all saw that. How many of you know where he was fired from? 1 minute he has an LLC in New Mexico. Next minute he was working for someone and got fired. The lies keep compiling because when you lie, you keep lying. When you tell the truth, you don't have to rehearse it. It's natural every single time. But I'm about to show you guys the receipts to her story. What you're about to see is the text messages that he sent to her. And I want you guys to know that she clearly told you guys that the plumber got drunk. So drunk that he did things that were not right. And she clearly said that no means no. And to him, it meant yes. So some of you guys are acting like you don't know what happened. And you want her to keep digging into what happened. And I think that is pathetic. Y'all didn't dig into that firing. Y'all didn't dig into them 500 times. But then someone said he took that back. Oh, they didn't call 500 times. Are y'all not seeing the pattern? When you lie, you switch it up and y'all still believe this man. I don't understand where half of y'all came from. I hope and pray that you never meet somebody like this and someone tells you, I don't believe you. I hope you don't go through that because that's what these women are going through. But y'all believe everything this man says with just one receipt. And I just showed y'all how his humanitarian work was the same damn kid. But y'all still don't want to believe us. So let me go ahead and show you guys these receipts, and then I will open up for some of you guys to ask questions. If you guys become disrespectful, I will end the live because these women are giving me their time for free. They didn't ask me for anything, but I will put their cash apps on here at the end of the show because I feel like these three women deserve something. Y'all been contributing to a man who doesn't even need it, right? He could pull 100K out the bank. But yet, y'all don't see the lies. And I've debunked like 5 of them. All y'all care about is Daphne took an L because he has a license. Yeah, he's right. That's not why we're here. Some of you guys just don't want to believe that this man is who he is. And y'all just think that this man is just a great humanitarian helping out the community, right? Ain't seen one video of him shaking a vet or saluting a vet. Ain't seen one video of someone in a wheelchair and him going and helping the disabled. But y'all believe it because he said it. And y'all just heard this man say that he didn't have a kid. Y'all heard this man say he wasn't stalking one of them, but then he took back and said he did. So when are y'all going to believe that? Believe me when I say he's a liar. I don't understand. So, Karma, I'm about to show what you sent me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this is what she posted on Facebook. As you can see, this was back in April. This was before the plumber became famous. So a lot of people said that these women came out when he became viral because he's rich. Wrong. This was posted on Facebook back in April. So these women were claiming this way before he became famous. Y'all see at the top, it says April 22. We know he didn't do the show in April. He did the show about a month ago. But yet y'all still won't believe Karma, right? Keep looking at the receipts,
I'm
everybody.
sorry, what?
And Karma, if you want to add to it while it's going, you can, boo. And I clearly see that you put, I went to the police. So you said this back in April too. Here's the text messages, guys. This was between her and the plumber. The plumber is on the left, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As you can see, the plumber is admitting that he's drunk. So when she told y'all he was drinking, it sounds about accurate, doesn't it? These are receipts. That's what they're called. Keep reading, everybody. It gets better. Keep reading. This is your king, your king, the humanitarian out there changing lives and destroying them too. Keep reading, everybody. And Karma, I wanted to ask you, he did threaten you a lot with the police. Did you get arrested?
Yeah, he threatened me a lot with the police.
Did you get arrested?
Huh?
Did you get arrested?
No, he doesn't because he fled.
Okay, and guys, on this text receipt right here, he threatened to post them having sex. So this is called revenge porn. But he's a great humanitarian. We all love him. We love him. We love him. He'll never do anything wrong to the community. Let me show that again. Miss Karma, is it okay if I show that again? Because, I mean, in those text receipts, he did threaten to post sexual things that you didn't know he was recording. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Let me show that again for people because I know some people just got here. So again, I want to reiterate that back in April, she went to Facebook on the plumber before he became famous. And a lot of women, a lot of men said that these women are only clout chasing because he's famous. But I wanted you guys to see the timestamp. This was April 22nd. You'll see it on the next screen that she did this back in April before he did the show. So I want to remind you guys that the plumber knew already that he had these allegations and had these police reports and had these issues in all these states. But he was busy helping at-risk youth and changing the world. This man is a humanitarian. After this, I'm going to make him a trophy. He deserves it. This man can do no wrong. I mean, wow. What a great man. He was in all these states changing lives, y'all. I can't believe it with that plumber's license. He was really changing lives. That's how y'all sound right now. This was back in April. You can't fake that. And here are the text receipts. The plumber is on the left. As you can see, he did a lot of texting that night because he was drunk, and he admitted that. And if you heard Karma's story, she said he was drunk. It still doesn't give him a right to do what he did. It is an allegation. And I'm not calling him a rapist. I'm not saying any of that. But if he did not do any of the things that she's saying, why is he avoiding going to that state? I mean, if I was innocent, I wouldn't be scared. But she has receipts. That's the difference, guys. And when you put a hit out on someone's life because you know they're going to tell on you, you can't do that. Then you threaten to post sexual acts. That's called revenge porn, and it is a crime. I don't think he knew that it's a crime, but it is. And it's a threat. But you guys still don't believe her, even though you saw him in that picture. He's a humanitarian. Wow. Man, the queen of accountability took an L tonight. This man is amazing. These women made this whole story up. Police report. As we can see, that is the plumber. Y'all can see right there his face, and you'll see some more of his face in the next picture. But Karma has to relive this. And Karma, I'm sorry you have to relive this, queen. I am. I truly am. But I'm also happy that we're getting this out because right now he could be doing this to someone else. As you can see, guys, he was in all these relationships in a very short time. He has a type. He has a type, y'all. I will open up the chat. If you guys have any questions for these ladies, I don't want to bring anyone onto the chat. So if you have a question, go ahead and say it. And then I'll read it to you, ladies, or you guys can see the chat too. And then I'm going to go back to the receipts that I had to prove to you guys that the GoFundMe was just for him to ball out because he has no money. He told that podcast that he has the LLC. He was absolutely correct about that. He does have an LLC in New Mexico, but your journeyman's license is in the city of Phoenix. And if you have your own business, Plumber, you said on another video that you don't know if you want to start a business yet. So you don't even remember your lies. But you have that LLC, sir, sitting in New Mexico, registered to an abandoned place. I'm just confused. I looked up the address. You know I did. But my big question for you is, how are you out here changing lives when you're out here doing all these relationships from state to state and hurting people? That's what I'm confused about. So I'm looking at the chat now. I don't see any questions. But ladies, I do have a question for all of you. Karma, I didn't ask you this, and I don't think I asked Love either. Did you see him ever doing any humanitarian work when he was in your state?
No.
Did he ever do any plumbing work for anyone?
And
I
no.
remember when we were dating, I know he said he was going to his job and he had a work truck for a few weeks, but I didn't physically see him do any of it. But again, this is just my story. I don't know about anybody else's, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I did see him have a work truck,
Okay. Thank you for being
but
honest about that.
that's all.
Okay. And did I asked you guys, did you guys ever see him doing anything to help the community? It might not be plumbing, it could have been praying for someone. Did he ever work with at-risk youth in the time he was with you guys?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Karma, since you were with him last this year, 2024, because they said we're talking about his past shit, and I'm not. We're talking about current. He was posting on next door. He was
I
posting on
remember
next door.
when we were dating, I know he said he was going
Can
to
you
his
guys
job and he had a
guys,
work
there's
truck
feedback.
for a few
There's
weeks,
feedback from one
but
of you guys.
I
Hello, can
didn't
y'all mute?
physically see him do any of it. But again, this is just my.
Okay, I had to mute. Trust no one. I think your TV or tablet is delayed. So Karma, what I was trying to say to you is he was advertising on Nextdoor in January. He was advertising a lot. January, February, March, April.
See
So
him
when he was with you, he
working or
wasn't.
doing any plumbing or any of those things that he's talking about
Okay, so
on social media.
he was
He's only
advertising when he was in your state because we clearly have the
he's only
receipts.
he's only talked about that he's in plumbing and that he has a license, but I ain't never really seen him do any of those things.
Okay, thank you for that. Somebody had asked me, why do we care so much? The reason why I care is the same reason why I got Rhoda in trouble. If anybody is new to Daphne Sutton, I'm the one that got Rhoda Osmond in trouble. I'm the reason why she's facing a felony for creating a GoFundMe and saying that a black man attacked her with a brick. So, Karma, what I was trying to say to you is guys, can you please mute? Because one of you guys are replaying what I'm saying. So to those people who knew about Rhoda creating the GoFundMe and getting 40 plus $1,000, you guys never questioned me on my efforts. But a lot of you guys doubted me. You said my calls were fake, all this was fake. But when that felony warrant came out and I was the only one in the world to break the news, y'all still didn't give me my flowers, and that's fine. But the same energy I gave Rhoda, I'm going to give to the plumber because he's worse than Rhoda. This man has left a trail of damage everywhere he has gone. He has cases in Nevada, California, Arizona, Texas. He's all over. But you guys don't care because you guys support him. You support people who hurt people and don't take care of their kids. If this was a woman doing this, you guys would be kissing my ass right now. I'm just confused on why you guys hate me so bad because I'm exposing someone who lied to get donations. If anybody knows about me, I do a lot of stuff for free. A lot. Because I care about people. But I don't call myself a humanitarian. I don't, because we're supposed to be doing good deeds for people without anything in return. But you guys believe this man was really doing humanitarian work this year when he was in 4 different states? Man, he must really be a Superman. I'm saying. And I'm showing you guys receipts for each one of these interviews, and y'all still don't believe me. I'm really shocked. But if anybody's new to me, I get to the bottom of the truth, just like anybody else will. If you go viral and you're lying, I'm going to be right on you. That's what I do. You don't have to like it. You don't have to support me. But I want to go back to what I was saying in the very beginning about this man. When he created that GoFundMe, he told you guys he was going to use it to continue his humanitarian work that he was doing before and didn't need a GoFundMe, but now he needs a GoFundMe. He sat up there and told you guys he was going to create it to help at-risk youth, but the description of the GoFundMe didn't match that. He keeps changing it up, but y'all don't see that. To those who just came on, I want to replay the video of him saying what he was going to do with the money. And then I want to show you what he was really going to do with the money. He was going to ball out. Remember, Rick Ross, 50 Cent, we balling out. And I'm going to replay the video of the club owner in Scottsdale saying that he was pushing women in the club. And then he takes his shirt off like it's WWE fight night. But y'all don't believe the owner, so call him for yourself. Y'all can go ahead and check what I'm saying today. I'm okay with that. I verify everything. But I wanted y'all to know tonight that this man is popular for the wrong reasons. If y'all really want to help this man, and I hope he's listening, you really need to get some mental help. I would advise you to see a therapist, and then you can see me, and I'll help you. You're not ready for a life coach. You need a therapist. And maybe he went through some things in his life, and I pray that he heals. But you have to acknowledge what you've done. That's called accountability. And when he works on himself, I think he will do great with fitness. I think he would do great with plumbing, but he has to be honest. Don't steal somebody else's work. I hope that man doesn't sue you in Philly, but he's aware of you, the plumber, because you stole his work. That's not your work. You're a talented man, but you can't steal, bro. Do better. I hope you do better. Not just for yourself, but for that beautiful kid that you got, man. You're missing out. And I'm going to do everything to make sure the mother of your child is okay, because you're not doing it. And I feel bad because you have potential. I'm not here to judge you and berate you, but I am going to hold you accountable. You got to do better. You have too many talents to be wasting them on being a piece of shit. So, guys, I want to play the video, show you my evidence again, and then we're going to call it a night.
But God bless y'all. It's a GoFundMe in my bio. The only reason why I'm putting a GoFundMe in my bio is because somebody in the comments stated that they would like to help. If you would like to help, you're not only helping me, but you're helping children as well. When I go to this center and start advocating with them, if I could get, if I could get permission from the parents to have them on camera and speak about, some of the things that we're doing and we've been doing and working on, then I will certainly do that for you as well. And those of y'all being negative, y'all are miserable. I literally sat here and watched. I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I went to sleep at midnight, and I seen people on the same post, the same person going back and forth with every comment. Get a life, man. Y'all are broke. That is why y'all stay broke. Get a life. Find something to do with yourself. You just did me a favor by tapping in. Thank you.
So while this man is telling you guys that he's working with at-risk youth, he has his muscles out, letting his little pectorals jump up and down. If that had been a woman with her titties out, telling you she's going to be working with kids, you men would have came at her. You would have called her a hoe. You would have said, who would let this hoe around our kids? But you see this man talking about helping the community, and he wants to be half naked to do it. And y'all really believe him? Anyone that looks to the side, up and down, they're thinking of the next lie. He ain't going to do shit. He ain't helping no community. Put a shirt on and do better. You out here trying to look like a damn Strippendales. That ain't helping the community. Then you're talking about helping kids, and then you shake your pecs like you're Terry Crews. And y'all really think that he was serious? But if that had been a woman, y'all would have told me to go at her, right? He told y'all he was going to use it for at-risk youth. But let me show you what he was really going to use it for, because a lot of y'all just got here. I want to show you guys what he was really going to use that money for. And it wasn't going to be for at-risk youth. He was going to use it to ball out. This is the post that he made when he couldn't get that GoFundMe money on his birthday. He was mad. This made him mad. They paused all of his transfers. They said we have to verify it first. And he got mad. And do you know what he said? when they wouldn't let him get that money? He wanted to know why. I want to celebrate my birthday. I don't remember the GoFundMe saying it was to ball out. He says black man can't celebrate his birthday now. How you gonna tell me how to spend my money? It isn't your money, Plumber. It's supposed to go to the community. You made a next door post saying that you got 15,000 to give back to the community. You only made 13 on this GoFundMe, but you don't have it yet. He was already claiming he got the money. I need y'all to understand that this wasn't for humanitarian work. This is why I'm mad. This is called fraud. It's a financial crime. This is why Rhoda is going down. Because she lied about what she was going to do with the money. And she lied about being hurt and having medical bills, when really it was her being an aggressive hyena, right? So why are we giving this man a pass? He wanted this money for his birthday, but you men were like, he was throwing his own money. He could have been throwing Cash App money, because people like MTR and all these other pages put his Cash App out there. You're not qualified, right? And y'all were paying him. And this is what he really wanted to do with the money. He wanted to ball out on his birthday. What humanitarian work requires you to be in a club shaking your ass and throwing cash in the air? He didn't talk about giving this money to his son, but y'all sitting up here supporting this man. And I'm showing you that he was scamming y'all for the GoFundMe money. This is why I'm mad. It has nothing to do with the game. It has everything to do with financial gain. Y'all get what I'm saying tonight? It has everything to do with someone that is passing off their work, somebody else's work, as their work. That's fraud. If you're going to be honest with people, you got to be honest with yourself first. This man stole someone else's work, and he might get sued for it. You can't do that. It's not yours. You know, in college, we call it plagiarism. He stole. And in college, you'll be kicked out. It depends on the level of it, right? But he lied. This is what I'm mad about. You can't lie to people to get their trust. You got to be honest. So if he'll lie to people, manipulate them to thinking that that's his work, what do you think he'll do to those 3 ladies that were just on the show? Y'all still don't believe me. I want to reiterate that he didn't have the GoFundMe money for his birthday because they froze it, right? But he still got kicked out of the club for assaulting women and pushing people. The owner got so many complaints about the plumber. They don't want him back. He's banned from a club that he only went to once. And that's just one time at a club. And y'all think this man is a humanitarian? When are y'all going to wake up? So let me replay the video for you guys. This is me calling the club.
So he didn't even get kicked out to the end of the night. It was like 1:45.
Okay. And so you guys were able to file a report on him for pushing people?
No, because he left.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, I can. Yes, sir. No problem, sir. I know business first. I just wanted to make you aware that Aaron Sloan was saying that you guys kicked him out because of his popularity, and he said that.
Well, he said Rick Ross kicked him out. Then he said we did it. He's been all over the place. Nobody pays that guy no attention.
Have you seen him there before?
No, he's never been in the club before.
Okay, so the woman that said that he shoved her, he did shove her, and that's what got him kicked out, not him having money in the club.
No. So there's 2 things. He took off his shirt, which is a direct violation for anybody. It won't matter who you are.
Right.
You can't just take off his shirt. So yeah, that's what that was about.
Okay, but as far as the pushing and shoving, you said he was doing that?
That's what we got reports of. I answered that already.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
We got reports of that.
No, I definitely understand. I just wanted to make sure you knew and you were aware that he was saying that you guys were doing something totally opposite to what you just told me.
I'm aware, but he has no relevance.
Okay, sir. I definitely understand. And if you don't mind, I would love to give a shout out to your club on my social media. So he actually said that the plumber has no relevance right now to them. They're done. He left before the police could get him. So clearly he did enough where he would have gotten in trouble. He left. That's what he does. You guys are not seeing the pattern. He causes destruction and then he's gone. Y'all just heard it from a club owner that only met him once. Just like these women when he was in their lives. He caused destruction and he left. Are y'all not seeing the pattern? Are y'all still believing that this man is a humanitarian? If you still believe that, I'm sorry that y'all believe that. And I want to remind you that he does have a kid. And the mother of his child has been looking for him for years. And he's aware. He just doesn't want to go back to the place that she's at because he owes money. People are looking for him. You know how it goes. He said that he paid all his debts. This is about $5,000 right here. That's him. Pay your debts. There was a warrant for failure to pay. You know, you can get a warrant for anything these days. Failure to pay. You still haven't paid. You only paid $255 and you still owe almost 5 racks. He ain't got 100,000 in the bank when he owes all these places, y'all. Come on. Use your head. No child support garnishments because they can't find a job. You know, if you're working, quarterly, they run your social to see if there's any income reported for that social. Because once they get a hit, they reach out to payroll, send the garnishment, bam, money's coming out every 2 weeks. But if you're not working, they can't garnish you. So instead, they got to find you to serve you so you can come to court and tell the judge why you've been ducking and dodging. I know how this works. I worked in this field before. But y'all still believe him, right? Fuck the victims. Y'all gonna still ride with y'all king, right? They're saying that he don't even have a kid. And I want to show y'all this humanitarian work again. He keeps reposting the same picture. Y'all ever see these fitness gurus? Their before picture is the same before picture, but they got 50 different after pictures. That's a scam. If someone's truly on a fitness journey, they're going to have a plethora of before pictures, right? This man only uses the same 2 pictures, but I noticed that tall kid in there because he didn't have a suit on. That looks just like this kid right here that he got a sports car for. How you going to get him a sports car and you can't even get one for yourself? Y'all believe everything because there's a caption on it. I'm about to go in the hood tomorrow and take a picture with a bunch of kids and say, I just paid all their rents. Can y'all donate to my GoFundMe? And y'all better donate. Because I know y'all question me, but you're not questioning why this man is using the same kid in both pictures. That looks just like the same kid. Usually a humanitarian would have a plethora of different pictures and different times that he really did give his time for free. Not just 2 with the same person. But y'all gonna still believe him because y'all ride for him. I wanted you guys to know that I did this show because I wanted you to hear from 3 people from 3 different locations. This is beyond the balloon pop game. Instead of this man doing these dating shows, he should have met with a therapist. That's what he should have did. I don't believe this man ever got fired. I don't think he even had a job. I think he was doing odd little jobs for people here and there. But he wasn't working for a company. And what company would make you? What company will negotiate with you when they fired your ass? In Arizona, that's weird. You get fired, it's at will. They ain't got to tell you shit. You come to work smelling like a damn diaper, and they can fire you, and you can't do shit about it. That's what at will means. They ain't got to tell you shit. So what company is gonna fire you because of your popularity and then negotiate a severance? That would mean you put time in. But Plumber, how did you put time in when you were in all these different states in these relationships? Make it make sense, y'all. Y'all just saw that most of these relationships were not even that long ago. 2023 of October, all the way up until April of 2024. Y'all still believe this man? That's what I'm mad about. Because he won't be honest and say, look, y'all, I didn't have a job. I lied. I ain't gonna lie. I needed the money. That's why I can't show you guys that I was terminated. But instead, you guys are attacking MTR and me and other pages who don't agree with what he's saying. The only thing that he confirmed was the journeyman license, right? Y'all saw 2 pictures and thought that was enough to verify he's doing humanitarian work, right? Because a lot of you guys don't want to see it. He's a man, FBA. So y'all gonna believe everything he says, but not me. Not on this podcast. Ladies, did any of you guys have anything else you wanted to say? I wanted to give you guys a chance to say anything. I'll start with Trust No One. Is there anything else you want to say? He could be listening now with a victim with him right now. He could have a woman right now in his lap. Is there anything else you want to say? Trust No One. You can go first. Trust No One. Take yourself off mute, honey. There you go. Okay, go ahead, boo.
So I just did this. I know everybody's probably saying, "Oh, everybody's coming forward now because, the Pop the Balloon show." I've been dealing with this alone myself. Just because I'm not the type of female that puts my personal business out there like that. The only reason why I did come out about it now was because I just so happened to come across the video on TikTok, and everybody started sending me the videos because everyone that had knew me knew what I had been through. So everybody that's saying, why did you just start to come forward now, or oh, you want this clout? No, it is to bring awareness because remember, I dated him from June to August, and this is the same thing with all these victims. We don't go longer than even 2 months because of how bad it is with him. So we're not coming forward because we want clout, none of that. We want to try to bring awareness so this does not happen to any other women. I have been trying to deal with this alone. I have been trying to get the help that I need as far as, speaking with a therapist. I lost my job because of him. I had to get my own business and get certifications because he stole all of that from me. I'm still having to come back and get everything that he stole from me. So for all you ladies out there that are watching this, it is not a joke. I promise you. This man is very dangerous. He's a good talker, but he will ruin your life. And his favorite phrase is "I will sue you." He still all these cease and desist letters from Google, and he will keep sending them. I don't know how many times that photo has been posted of that cop at his door, and he's still wearing my ex's shoes. So you ladies, be careful out there. Do not date this guy. He is very dangerous, and he will do the same to you. So stay safe. If you want to have that mentality and say just leave this man alone, go ahead. Give it a try. And then come back with that same energy, baby girl. Because I promise you, somebody's gonna end up in a body bag.
Mm. Thank you so much for that. Okay, and next.
Well, I wanted to say that there was a lot of times where when I started to get death threats, I started to get scared and I started to get triggered and PTSD all over again. But I became really, really, really close to these women. And without them, I don't think I would have been able to survive. I had to call the cops and I was up till 2 in the morning and they were on the phone with me the whole time while I was filing incident reports just this past weekend because I kept getting death threats and multiple different fake accounts sending me messages and my kids being posted and everything like that. So I feel like there was times where I was like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have posted that. Like I know I wanted to warn women and I know I wanted to maybe save a life, but there was times where I wanted to give up so bad, and I may not have gone into too much detail because Jessica had a lot more to tell, but I'm sorry. And I hope that somebody gets away from him.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And Karma.
Um, what Trust No One said, this is just all for to bring awareness to women and to somebody that almost did end up in a body bag. It's not funny. It's not for clout. I can give two fucks about fame. I can give two fucks about any of that shit. Because I would not want clout for any of this. This would not be the story I would want to get from fucking clout. I can tell you that. And this is not about race. It's about none of that. It's just to let women know what kind of person this man is. He's not even a man. It's just be careful. I wouldn't want my worst enemy or to any woman to experience what I had to experience. Like I said, just to experience to think that I was gonna come home to my son, it was scary enough, and I don't wish that on nobody. So just stay safe and be safe, and you could believe whatever you want to believe. Just just stay safe.
Thank you so much, Karma. And let me stop this because y'all were talking so fast. But I find it I find it sad how a lot of y'all are still coming on here asking for evidence, and I've shown quite a bit. I've shown more than the plumber has shown y'all. I wish y'all would give him the same motherfucking energy, but y'all can't do that because y'all love him so much. Damn, fellas, y'all let me down with this one. I'm starting to think you guys only follow me so I can attack women, and that's not what I do. How are y'all asking all these women for more receipts when I'm showing you a lot of the motherfucking receipts? And all he showed y'all was a fucking journeyman's license and a picture with the same kid in both pictures. Y'all accept anything from him, but from these ladies, y'all need 50 pieces of evidence each. Pathetic. I'm glad a lot of y'all are seeing the men that are questioning these women. Make sure you take mental notes. I think it's very pathetic. I've shown y'all quite a bit. Audio calls. How much proof do y'all need that this man is a liar? But he wants to sue everybody. And he's out here harassing these women and threatening them and saying, I went to the police, but he really didn't. Or if he did, he just filed an incident, but it wasn't no real police report. He knows what it is. Plumber, all I'm asking you to do is hold yourself accountable. Please go to those states and face what you've done. You actually did that shit. Y'all already know about his criminal record. We talked about it already. I don't have to bring that up. But I want you to know that to be in all these states like Nevada, Cali, Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, he's internationally known, but not for the right reasons. That's a lot of states, y'all. And he's not that old. What is he, 30? This man has been everywhere but where his son is. Take your ass there and be a father to your seed. And I want to show y'all again that the mother reached out to me and said this to me, that I'm doing everything right. This woman had a seed with him. So she knows him more than all these women. And she said, I'm doing this right. She wants him to have a relationship with his child, even though he hasn't been there in years. He's too busy trying to be like 50 Cent in the club and, oh yeah, that's what he wants to do. He don't care about nobody but himself. And he's using these kids and vets and single mothers to make y'all think he's out here doing God's work when he's not. He's the devil. And I really do hope that he gets help, because we're all sinners. We all sin differently. His sins are just crazier than a lot of ours, right? So I'm just hoping that this man really gets help, because I think that when he does, he'll be a great person. Like I said, I've seen the pictures of his seed. Beautiful kid. He has a future. And I wish his dad would be in it. And Plumber, if you need help, I can give you all her information so you can be a man. Because if it wasn't your seed, you would have went and took the DNA already, right? But we know why you didn't. It's a copy and paste, bruh. That's like Ice Cube saying that his son ain't his. You ain't gonna get away with this one. You're not. And the longer you stay gone, it's gonna turn into a warrant. Because you bro, come on. You ain't been there. You haven't been there. And any man that won't be a father to his son is a dirtbag for a person. And that's real talk. I would never support a man that doesn't want to be a father to his kid, but he wants to help at-risk youth. You'll be a father to these kids, but accept your own. Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. And again, shout out to Abba and Preach, and shout out to MTR and pages that really wanted to get the truth and not just have them on the show so they can make a check. It's all about a check with a lot of you content creators. For me, it's about the message. I could have did this on Twitter and got paid, but I'm here for a reason. And these women didn't ask me for any money. They could have went on bigger pages, but they chose mine. And I'm thankful that these women trusted me. And I'm asking you guys to please don't judge people and don't listen to a story because it sounds good. Wait for the facts before you start donating to people. Because what's going to happen is when real people need it, no one's going to give it to them. If you ever went on GoFundMe, go on there and type in cancer, and you'll see people asking for far less than the plumber, and they don't even have it yet. So while y'all donating, donate to real shit that matters. Y'all so busy donating to motherfuckers who already, fucked up other people's lives, and y'all want to give them more money to fuck up more people's lives, right? He's lucky he didn't get a charge out of Scottsdale because he was close to it. And Plumber, if you keep on lying on that club, they will sue. And that's real talk, because you're costing them business by lying on them. See, you better make sure you really do got some money to sue, because I can guarantee you they do. You don't, but they do. You can't be pushing women in clubs. But y'all don't believe that owner, right? The plumber walked out on his own because he's a good guy. And he was in the club giving out money to domestic violence survivors. Y'all go ahead and believe that story. But I'm letting you know he got kicked out for pushing women and taking off his shirt, trying to be sexy. He got kicked out. And he left so quick that they couldn't even file a police report. He left too quick. So it was just an incident. Like the rest of these ladies here. A pattern. It's a pattern. I don't know what else to say, guys. All I can say to you guys is you can believe what you want to believe, but this man is very, very sick. And I really do hope that he works on his life. Because going this way is not going to end well. So while you guys are out here donating to him, I wanted you to know who he really was. This is beyond the pop the balloon. If he would have left it at the show and didn't do the GoFundMe, I wouldn't be here tonight. But he didn't. He deceived a lot of people. A lot of them were vets. If you go to the GoFundMe, you'll see. And the reason why I'm not sharing it is because I don't want you guys to go back and give him money, because I know you will. Find it on your own. But a lot of the donations came from vets and disabled people and things like that. Vet here, because Dennis Sperling sent them there. And then he tried to attack me because he's a coward. That's what happens when you tell the truth. People attack you. So guys, with that being said, I won't be doing anything else on this man because I think we've done enough. And hopefully when he goes to those states where he's wanted, he can address what he did like a man. And then he'll probably get more respect from people. Until then, he's going to be on the run. He's going to tell you guys that he has to move because he's so popular. And everybody knows him in Walmart and all the stores in the world. He can't go anywhere. He's global. He's famous. He needs a security detail. Come on, you guys. Really? Y'all believe that? He's that popular. Y'all believe that? Really? I'm just looking at the comments. Y'all laid it all out. Thank you, Lena. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. I know it's late. I want to say thank you, guys. This is the latest I ever did a show. And I want to say thank you to everybody who listened. Anyone that is new, I will leave this show up. I'm not taking it down. It will stay up. I was going to take it down if you didn't hear it live, but ladies, if that's okay with you, I'll leave it up for them to listen to when we get off. But I want to say that I stayed up because it mattered to me, these ladies telling their story. And to any other YouTube that wants to talk to these women, I wanted you to know that they didn't have to video up. When you're telling people something that's traumatic and you might cry, why would you want to be subjected to that? Because people are already judging them without the picture. So can you imagine? I want to remind you that a lot of these women were also body shamed. Y'all called them fat and ugly and all these before you even knew the facts because you listened to a man call them hoes. This is why we are in this position today. Y'all believe everything you hear instead of waiting. Now, how do y'all feel? Some of you that attack these women and their looks. Y'all don't know who y'all hurting. Y'all don't know the battle that people are facing. And because this is still June and Men's Health Month, I'm trying to tell the plumber he needs help because this won't lead anywhere good for him. He's not going to get no big deal. People are not begging him to do movie deals. Y'all got to start believing the truth. I showed y'all all these receipts. He ain't going to send me no $5,000 for admitting that he was pushing people, right? He wanted the video. I gave him the audio. It's still the club owner. He remembers him. He doesn't want him back. How are you going to get banned from a club that you went to for the first time? If he's getting banned at places just for being there that one time and violating their rules and hurting people, what do you think he did to these women behind the scenes? He was pushing people in a club where people can see him pushing people and got in trouble. So if he'll do that out loud, what do you think he'll do in private? Some of y'all got to think like that. This man is asking y'all for money to continue something he was doing without that money. Come on, y'all. It's logic over emotion. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed night. Thank you to the people in the chat. Anti-Hyena, thank you for doing your job tonight. And shout out to my haters who are spreading information about me to the plumber to try to make me look like I'm him, like I'm a criminal. I don't run from anything that happens in my life. And before I end this live, I already spoke to the ladies, so they know what I'm going to say. There is somebody that has been stalking me and harassing me for a very long time. And it started last year. This person is just like the plumber. But in the female, this is a female. And this female sent the plumber my information. This female sent YouTubers my information. So I'm going to address this since everybody's listening. Yes, I do have a warrant in another state. It's not like a plumber warrant, but my warrant is because somebody lied on a police report and then went down to the judge and told the judge it was true. And that's how I got a warrant to get a court case. You'll notice that my warrant is not attached to a court case because I haven't been to court. They only read the report and she swore it was true and it worked. The reason why I have that said warrant is because this person was insulting my dead mother on multiple occasions. And I told them to leave me the fuck alone and they couldn't. They continued to talk about my deceased mother and then they doxed my deceased mother. And then when I didn't respond to them, they enlisted men to attack my dead mother. And I said something to them that wasn't right. But it came from my heart because I was tired of being attacked and my mother being attacked, who's not alive to defend herself. So I responded to that person. And that person didn't go to the police right away. No, that person waited 15 days and still harassed me in those 15 days. And then started telling people I had a criminal record with no receipts. And I told them I would see them in court. Then they contacted the police to try to get me in trouble. They knew that that warrant has been active for almost a year. Well, why isn't she locked up? She's on the run? Not on the run. They told me it's for a court case. Take your time. No rush. It ain't even that serious. We just want to hear your side. But this person continued to attack me and continued to attack my dead mother because they're jealous. So I went down to Cook County and I got a no contact, no stalking order on the same person that's trying to shut me down. But they're not telling y'all that part because they want you to think I'm like the plumber when I'm not. Daphne Sutton doesn't have a criminal record. And I'm putting this out there because I know a lot of you YouTubers thought you had some tea, but you ain't got shit. I'm owning up to that because no one's going to insult my dead mother. No one. And in the streets, we know how that works. Y'all heard Soulja Boy say to Metro Booming, Happy Mother's Day. And then what happened? He retracted it real quick, didn't he? Because you don't talk about the dead. They didn't do nothing to you. But that's how dangerous this person was. But they won't tell you about the court order that's been in place for 6 months that they violated. And that next month they have trial where they're going to be arrested for actually doing a crime, violating an order. So while you guys are accepting this person's tea, know that you will also be on the docket and a part of this case if you talk about it. Good luck. But one thing you're not going to do is throw salt on my name. Because I'm the queen of accountability, a lot of people confuse me calling out their bullshit with harassment. And it's really easy in other states to go down to the courthouse and say, I swear this is true. That's how easy it is to get a warrant on somebody. But my warrant is not for something I actually did. It's to hear my side of what happened. And people that have been following me, y'all saw the tea that I dropped. So while you big pages are getting this information from this loser, know that that loser has a court order that they violated. And because they sent you the information, you could be coming down here next month too, to Cook County. Be careful. Don't believe everybody's story until you get the facts. Y'all not going to come to me because you don't want to. Y'all didn't want to look it up online because there's nothing there. You don't scare me. I'm right here 10 toes down. And I will always be 10 toes down for my mother because she didn't do anything to anyone. But people know that that's my soft spot. Just like it would be for anybody in the streets, anybody that's going through losing a parent. But I want you guys to know that as the queen of accountability, I'm not going to stop holding people accountable, women or men. I'm going to continue to help people and use my platform to help people because that's what I do. I help people. I don't want to hurt people, but if you're doing wrong, you got to come to the light. That's all I'm saying. So my stalker's probably mad that I'm addressing it live like this, but they didn't see this coming. They thought they did something when really they're waiting on her to come out here next month. I asked you to leave me alone and you just can't. You're obsessed with me. I get it. But now you just ruined your life because you could not leave me the fuck alone. Guys, I'm telling you today, Black men and Black women, we got to do better. We got to help each other. If you see somebody doing something wrong, call it out. Because people like me are not going to do this forever. So I wanted to say again, thank you to the beautiful ladies who gave me their time. Each one of you have my services for free. I'm protecting these ladies because I care about them, and I will keep you guys informed on their cases. Whenever the person decides to man up, they will get justice. Until then, this person is going to keep going from state to state and telling you guys that they're changing lives. But again, I want you guys to know that I never run from anything. I'm right here. And I'm not perfect. But you're not going to sit up here and discredit me and say that me and MTR and other pages were lying. He does have a journeyman license. And I'm not going to say sorry for running it, not seeing it until he produced it, right? That's when y'all thought, oh, she's wrong. No, I was never wrong. He just never produced it. When people ask you for facts and you can't present them, we're going to assume that you really don't got it. Just like when y'all assumed that he wasn't stalking his ex, and he was, y'all felt dumb because y'all called her a hoe. Now, how do y'all feel? So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a blessed night. And I really do hope that you guys start supporting the truth. It's not always about a YouTube check, content creators. Some of y'all don't even give a fuck about what people say. You just want the money. I get it. But don't sit up here and judge me because you want a check. And know that if anybody doesn't know how to leave me alone, you will also be on a docket. I'm not up here trying to act like I'm a G, Suge Knight. I'm none of that. But what I will do is have you come out here to Cook County and face a judge if you cannot back away. After today, I won't talk about this person anymore, but I do hope that he gets help. And ladies, I will work with you guys to make sure you guys are healing too. Because I am a domestic violence survivor myself, Plumber. 3.5 years, I almost got killed too. Stabbed, choked, pushed down the stairs. They went through it for a month or a week or a day. I went through it for 3.5 years in the state of Arizona. And I got out. And I did not tell on my abuser because I wanted him to do better. And he did. He went and saw a therapist for a long time, got help, got married, and changed his life. No criminal record. Everybody doesn't get out like I did or like these ladies. So anyone going through domestic violence and you need guidance, I'm here for you, man or a woman. If anybody needs any of my services, I do mental health counseling. I got your back. If you need a therapist, I can refer you to one. I'm not licensed. I'm not a clinical therapist. I'm a mental health life coach. So anyone that needs my services, MEN_TAL health@yahoo.com. And if anyone wants these ladies' cash apps, I will put it on the chat when this is over. You don't have to send. I'm only saying that because they gave me their time and they all have kids. And their time was very valuable and they gave it to me. So with that being said, guys, please have a blessed night. And I pray that somebody got something out of this show. And to all the content creators who are going to let this man on their podcast to tell you that we're all lying, enjoy your YouTube checks. I hope they're worth it. Because for some of you guys, it's money over morals. On this page, it's morals over money. Have a good night, guys, and keep supporting me if you can. And that's it.